There it is. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We're here. Whoo, boy, we made it to the end of the week. How you doing? You ready for Friday? You ready for the weekend? I certainly am. Y'all, I have, like 3 days in a row of not enough sleep here. But that's all right. We'll push through. We'll get one more stream in. And then I'll go crash. I always say I'm going to crash after stream and go to sleep, and then I never do. Maybe today we will for the first time ever. Who knows? We'll see. All right, let's test chat here. Make sure it's all working, but I'm pretty sure it is. TikTok chat is working. YouTube chat is not working. Okay, we got 1 out of 2. Let's fix that right quick. Boom. That should have done it. Let's grab that test. There it is. All right, y'all. We are in business. Let's go. Chat is online. I am online. The map is here. Let us get to work on it. Whew. Autark, welcome in, my friend. How you doing? Happy Friday to you. Good to see ya. Get off my lawn, guy. Welcome back in, my friend. Hello, hello, you guys. How y'all been? Hope you had a good week. Hope you got good weekend plans figured out. Something exciting, I hope. My exciting weekend plans are to sleep. I have not slept enough. Autark, this map is for my book that just came out this week. We're working on it. It's this one right here, Wriggly Little Hands, about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. It's a comedy. So we're making a comedy map. I let chat vote on it last week, and they wanted this one, so that's what we're doing. This is specifically the Dark Lord's domain from that book. So there's a lot of goofy evil things around here, like our legally distinct Mordor that we have right here. Get off my lawn, guy. You said, oh, sleep. My understanding is that's just a myth. Yeah, that might be the case, dude. That might be the case. I certainly haven't seen much of it this week. I guess that's how launch week goes, though. Worth it. Y'all, we spiked. Yesterday, y'all spiked Wriggly Little Hands. Y'all spiked this bad boy to the top 100 on Amazon, which is insane. The way it works is it's got categories, and my primary category for the book was humorous fantasy. That's my overarching category. Y'all put us into number 91 in that category. And as of this morning, we're still sitting at 109. So y'all put us up there with that book. I am so proud of that. Holding that overnight, too, is insane. Like, normally you might spike into it for a little bit, but y'all liked Wriggly Little Hands so much that we beat out several Terry Pratchett books for about 10 hours on the Amazon charts. That's legitimately insane. I've never done that before. You guys are amazing. So thank you for that. Alyssa, welcome in. Simp1X, good to see you. Happy Friday, folks. How you doing? Whew, boy. I'm exhausted, but I'm excited. My frequent state these days. Alyssa, you said so proud of your book, brother. I'll be buying several copies from you. Well, no obligation to do that, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. I'm insanely proud about it too. It's weird and feels surreal. It's been a long time since we've had a launch do well, so let's go. I feel overdue if I'm being honest, but you can't ever get your expectations too high because you never know how it's going to go. But I think we might have a winner with this one, so I'm glad people are liking it. Other name wasn't available. My friend, how you doing? Good to see you. It is going very good. I am quite excited about how it's going. Um, we did incredible on book sales yesterday with Wriggly Little Hands flying to the top of the charts. So I'm stoked. Thank you guys for picking up copies of it. Thank you for being excited about this little thing. I don't even know what to say. It's amazing. Thank you. Y'all rock. Oh boy. Sam, thank you. Good morning. You said glad the launch is going well. Very kind of you. I don't even know what to say, honestly. I'm just stoked. Thank you guys for the support. I guess I should work on the map. We'll stop gushing over Wriggly Little Hands, but thank you very much, y'all. I hope you're doing well today. Good morning to you. Let's figure out what we're doing for the map and get that in the works. Y'all, if you haven't been around for the map streams before, this is the last map that we completed. It was a lot of fun. We worked on it for a while. But we're onto a new map now, and now it's so plain in comparison. It's all blank space. That's what we call potential. So we're gonna fill that in. We gotta figure out what region we're gonna do next. And I think, honestly, I was thinking about doing the Caverns of Whispering Web, our spider-infested underground domain. But I'm not sure how to do like a look through on Incarnate. There's definitely a way to like put like a little outline around it, and then put a region inside there to show that it is a zoomed in area of a map or like looking underground. So we're gonna have to see how to do that. I guess what I could do is just make them anyway, and if we design the layout right, it would clearly look like it's underground. So maybe we do that. The other option is we could jump down here and work on the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Under Things, where our main characters start the book at. Or, not added to the map yet, is right in here. This little band is the Who Do's of Who Goes There. So that'd be a fun one to do too. We got 3 big options. What do y'all think? What's inspiring to you? You feeling caverns, swamp, or hoodoos? Let me know. Luke, you said this creativity and passion inspires you to no end. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Luke. Y'all, we lift each other up. Seriously, I get excited to be here with y'all every day. And then y'all bring the energy. And like, I say it all the time, but you're better than my caffeine. You're better than coffee. Y'all get me excited. So thank you for being here. Thanks for bringing your energy. Baylock, you said, what book do you recommend for someone that if I don't get hooked within a few minutes, I get bored? Baylock, if I'm being selfish and recommending my own, give this one a try. It just released this week. It is completely silly. It's over the top. It's goofy. By the end, it's wholesome and heartfelt. But we don't talk about that. It's all about jokes. And if you really want to stay constantly entertained, Baylock, check out the audiobook. The audiobook is very exciting in my opinion. There's a huge cast of cast on it. We have 8 different narrators, I think, and they do sound effects and whatnot. Different characters have different people voicing them. It's incredible. I would definitely recommend Wriggly Little Hands. Luke and Sam, you say we got to do the swamp for the goblins? All right, we could do that. AJ Nelson, welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. Luke, you said the art's insane on Wrigley. Well, thank you. It is. I love it. My artist, Ivan Shavrin, is amazing. Baylock, yeah, it's on Amazon. It's on Audible. It's on Kindle Unlimited. But if you go to Amazon and type it in, you'll find the listing with all the different formats for it. Slendy, my friend, good morning. Welcome in. Thanks to you and Alyssa, DJ Serenity, for re-upping the stream team, sending those heart me's. I appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. Thank you very much. No, thank you, Baylock. I appreciate it, buddy. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you stick with it. Hey, Slendy, you got the book plate in the mail? Let's go. I'm so glad that got there. What book are you going to stick it in? Luke, it's a good audiobook, dude. I don't personally enjoy audiobooks. They're not really my cup of tea, especially if they're my own writing. I don't like listening to it. When they sent me the proof of the Wriggly Little Hands audiobook, I was in the middle of an incredibly stressful, busy day, and I still had to just stop and listen to it for like an hour and a half straight. I couldn't believe what they did with it. It's incredible. And one of the guest stars on it is the incomparable Jeff Hayes, narrator of Dungeon Crawler Carl, and they did not tell me he would be on there. They just sent me to it. And they're like, "Oh, by the way, Jeff's on it," and I was like, "I'm sorry, what? Repeat that for me." Spirit Wanders, good morning. Welcome in. You're getting ready for work. I hope it's an easy, quick work day for you today. It's Friday. It's a day of celebration. We gotta get there, get the work done, and get on to the weekend. Or in my case, finish the stream and go to sleep for another hour and then get to the work day. All right. Well, I saw a lot of votes for folks that wanted to see work on the swamp. So I'll put it up to chat one more time since we got more folks here. We got 3 options what we could work on today. We could do the Caverns of Whispering Web, our setting from Chapter 2 where Ollie passes through Michelob and her thousand children, the domain of the first spider who's haunted the world since the first sunset. Or we can do this little band in here is the Who Do's of Who Goes There. Be a fun little region. Or we have our origin point, the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. We could do that too. So those are our 3 options, y'all. Let me know in chat which of the 3 you'd like to work on. Currently, we got 2 votes for Swamp. So Swamp's in the lead. Gearbox, thanks for stopping in, my dude. I appreciate you. Good to see you. Said you're just stopping by to give some love. You hope the stream goes well. Appreciate you, man. Oh, through 3 and 4 votes for Swamp. I think Swamp's carrying it. Slindy, you also voted Swamp and it wasn't let you post it? Oh, and Spirit Wanders also. Okay, Swamp it is, y'all. I guess we better get on that Swamp and start getting interesting, huh? Slindy, it's been raining all week for you there. Well, that sounds lovely. That sounds absolutely lovely. How very appropriate for today, working on the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. A little bit of a border region here, but that's okay. Let's get to work on it. I'm going to move the title out of here for a moment. So I imagine, y'all, the swamp has like a lake in the center of it. And I'm going to make it a bit bigger too. I'm going to make it. I want a little more room here. The swamp's an important aspect. It is, after all, where our favorite goblin characters are from. So we're just gonna paint in like this. This is super rough. This is just marking roughly where it'll be. There we go. All right, there's our swamp. It's been outlined. Now let's put some terrain in there. Yeah, taking your dog is less fun. Taking your dog out is less fun in the rain, Slindy, that's for sure. Unless you get him a cute little raincoat, and then you get one to match. I mean, there's big potential there. Big potential. AJ says we need a golden corral on the map. Do golden corrals canonically exist in this world? Not sure. Alright, we need to make this lake. What's the shape of the lake gonna be? I think I want the brush size a bit bigger. I wanna stretch it through like this, and then something like that. Change our brush size so the water looks varied. Ooh, you know what though? I don't want to just make it a lake, y'all. We're gonna get a little too topographical up in here. I'm gonna make this like an old river that's oxbowed and then been cut off. So let's see if we can't make that happen, huh? Paul, good morning, my friend. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Oh, you know what though? When we're gonna paint this, let's actually paint it first. I'd like to do it this way. It's easier to paint than it is to shape land, the masking tool. So we're gonna paint the river first and then go from there. Oh, and thank you, Slindy, for putting it in chat. Yes, this website is Incarnate, and it's a free map maker where you can make maps like this one that we made on stream, or this one which we're working on now. It's a little bit plain, but it's brand new, so we're gonna keep working on it. Thank you for the follow, Brittany and Luke Witt. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. All right, let's paint this river up. Where's the river gonna flow? I guess there's mountains. There's mountains up in here. So it should probably start at the mountains. So let's get brush size real small. I'm going to do like little feeders like this that come down from the mountains, you know? That's where the river's going to start. And then it's going to feed in together around here, right? That one was a little too straight. Slindy, you did get your dog a raincoat. It just didn't fit because he has weird proportions. I second Luke's question. What kind of dog you got? That's got the weird proportions. Oh, Brittany, if you want to make a homebrew, this map making program incarnate website really is absolutely incredible for that. It's really designed at making like D&D adjacent stuff, and it's just so good for it. All right. Oh, that's a little bit small on the brush size. I did not mean to be that small. Oh, Slendy, thank you for rescuing him. I love that. I love when pets that are in bad situations get sent to wonderful homes. That makes me happy. And based on the pictures I see of you and that dog hanging out, what's his name, by the way? I need to know his name. All right, I kind of like that, but as our river, but I didn't leave enough room for the oxbow, so we're gonna change it up a little bit. As someone who grew up on a river next to a swamp, I am a huge fan of oxbows. Slendy, what's your dog's name? Put it in chat. I want to know. I gotta know what to call him. I don't want to have to look back through the Discord, because surely you put it in there at some point and I didn't notice. Alright, here we go. We're going to take the oxbow off this way. Come on, Alex. Smooth movements here. That's kind of cool. I like how that's looking. I almost, though, want it to move more down here to make more use of this. Maybe we'll just put another oxbow down here. That's what we're going to do. A proper one that's cut off all the way. Let's make it a different thickness. You gotta vary up your brush size, y'all, else it looks a little too samey, you know? Kinda like, gosh, I can't draw today. Come on, mouse, be smooth. Come on, index finger. Alright, there we go, guys. That's a good little sketch of our river. Now we'll actually put it in there. Slendy, it's censoring your dog's name. TikTok. Come on, man. What are we doing, TikTok? Thomas Carver, welcome in, dude. What did you said something earlier? It's me again, international best-selling author. Welcome in, Thomas. Good to see you, buddy. Slendy, if you want to just DM me on Discord, I can pull it up and then I can tell everybody, because apparently TikTok's not going to let you say your dog's name. Which, honestly, come on, TikTok. It's a Korean name. Interesting. Rich, my man, welcome in. Good to see you. How you been? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for popping by. I hope you got an easy work day today before chilling for the rest of the weekend. That's my hope, at least. Let me know, man. Good to see you. Alright, we're going to do... Technically, the river flows from up here, down here, but for the purposes of cutting it out of the land, I don't know why this is called the mask tool, honestly. It makes water. That doesn't make water. Basically, it cuts away the land or replaces it to, like, make water, right? It's called the mask tool, and I don't understand why it's called that. I think it should be called like the shaping tool or something. Slendy, you said you're gonna DM me your dog's name on TikTok so we can all know it and TikTok will stop censoring it. Okay, it says it's Minji, pronounced Mean-G-E, Min-G-E. Let me see if I can type it in. I think that went through, right? Yeah, there it is. And you said it's pronounced Mean-G-E. Like Mean-Gi? Mean-Gi with a hard G? That's very cute, Slendy. I love it. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Yo, that's one of the best like river feeder systems I've drawn just right off the bat. We're starting strong today. Mean-G, I think, right? That's how I'm saying it. I'm terrible at Korean. I did study it for a while. I'll stick to Spanish and Greek. Okay, I don't dislike that, but I need to vary up the banks a little bit. So let's go to this. We're gonna rough it up a little bit. Owes me lunch money. Don't like that roughness. That's not bad. There's probably still a bit much. That's way too much. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna draw it smooth first, and then we're gonna rough up the edges. Slindy now it lets you say it. That's hilarious. Come on, Alex. You can draw rivers. We can do this. I really do. I have tested Incarnate with a stylus, and it does work, y'all. The problem is, I have no experience drawing with a stylus, so I'm even worse with a stylus. I think my mouse is also really old, and it's not that smooth. You know what? I'm going to put a little lake here. A little lake in our river. Oh, it kind of ruins the curve, though, doesn't it? Unless we go like that, kind of. I think the key here is to go a little bit faster and just be confident in the strokes. Yeah, like, see, I like that way better. We're gonna rough up the banks, though. Paul says, "Curse the trackball." Hey, you watch yourself, Paul. I'll hear no trackball disparagement in my chat. I know it is a very strange mouse choice. There's our little oxbow. Love that. We'll polish all this up. But it's a good start. Alright, here's the meeting of the waters in here. Such a cool term, isn't it? I love that. The meeting of the waters. If y'all ain't ever seen a place where two rivers run together in real life, go find one and look at it. It's incredible. There's one in Florida that has different colors for the water. It's nuts. Here we go. I think that's gonna, yeah, infinite me. Hold on. This is not important, but I'm pulling it up because I will never pass up an excuse to talk about Florida nature. Check that out, y'all.
This is where the Silver River meets with the Oak.
Look at that. That's nuts. Hold on, back to the beginning. Look at the meetings of the water, man. I love that. That's nuts. This one is exaggerated because one of these is flowing out of a spring, which has incredibly crystal clear water. And then Florida rivers are very tannin filled, so they are often dark brown, like you'll see in there. And this is just basically a hyperbolic area, but it's nuts. I love that. Incredible. Because watch, it's going to pan to the left. That's what rivers normally look like in Florida. And then the clear one on the right is what spring water looks like as it comes up out of the aquifer. Yeah, the spring water's super, super cold. So I saw someone say that in chat. Also, where did my Incarnate window go? There it is. There we are. All right, back to the map with our little divergence. And yes, you're right, get off my lawn guy. The water temperature does separate it as well. Sloyd, don't even get me started on it, man. You said if you want some good river education, follow the Mississippi from its start all the way to the Gulf. Dude, I'm obsessed with the Mississippi. Especially with where the Delta is, where it flows into the Gulf. AJ Nelson, we are making maps today. We just started this one, so it's super new and empty. But when it's done, it's gonna look more like this little thing right here. This is the last map we made. We filled it all in. We got a little village in there. We got a cool lake with a serpent in it. So it's gonna look more like this, but we got to get there. That took several weeks. Right now, it looks like this, and we're making a river. We're working on the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Under Things. These locations are from Wriggly Little Hands, which launched this week. And y'all maniacs bought enough copies of it that we spiked onto the top 100 in Amazon for humorous fantasy audiobooks, which is my primary category for the audiobook of it. And we stayed there overnight as well. As of this morning, we had slipped down to 109th. So we lost, I don't know, 15 or so spots overnight. But that's pretty darn good. Y'all are insane. Thank you for doing that. If you want to give it a try, go for it. It is about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. And it's very funny, in my opinion. Paul, you said, hey, Alex, did it say where in Florida that meeting of the waters is? I'd love to take a hike there. It was the Crystal River meeting. Hold, please. He says it in the video.
Meets with the Okalawaha River. This is where the Silver River meets with the Okalawaha River.
It's the Silver River meeting with the Okalawaha River. He's pronouncing that weird though. Is it not Ocklawaha? That's how I grew up pronouncing it, but I could be wrong. Paul, it looks like that's somewhere around Ocala. It is spelled Ocklawaha. And I probably you can spell Silver River. Okay, sorry, so much chat, y'all, and I'm not following it. Paul, thank you for shouting out the Far Wild. Stinky, thank you for getting an audio or a copy of Wriggly Little Hands. You're incredible. Thank you, my friend. I hope you enjoy it. Your name will go very well with the book. The goblins are indeed very stinky. Oh, Senior, Goatman, you didn't realize it was Friday? My dude, it's Friday. We got to celebrate. It's stream time. It's Fantasy Map Friday time. Happy Friday to you, and welcome in. If you didn't realize it was Friday, my next question's probably not going to do well. I was going to say, do you have any weekend plans you're excited about? I don't like that. It's a little... I want smooth edges here. Stinky, you're making a video game? My dude. Don't just keep that to yourself. Tell us about it. What's going on? What kind of game? What's the genre? What's the gameplay style? What are we doing here? Rich, you're loving the map? Well, thank you, man. It's certainly a goofy one. We'll get more of the goofy names in there, but right now we got the Swamp of Sweat. I messed that name up about 4 ways to Sunday. The Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Under Things. There we go. All right, we're okay with that. I could have done it smoother, but we'll take it. AJ said, did you see some of my book characters that I posted in Discord? I saw them come in, AJ. I haven't had a chance to look through them yet, though. I worked until 11:30 last night, went to bed, and got about 6 hours of sleep before getting up for this, so hasn't been a lot of time yet, but I will take a look. I appreciate you sharing them there. Senior Goatman, you said this week's been a long year. That's hilarious. I'm sorry to hear that, but that's a very funny way to put it. All right, y'all. Look, I think I'm pretty happy with that. I need to work on my oxbows a little bit, but we're gonna touch it up. I want this one to be fully disconnected, so let's go ahead and add land with a really small brush size. We're just gonna cut right through there and make sure that Ooh, that looks hideous. Slendy, you get the house to yourself tomorrow. Rock on. Just you and the dog chilling. Thomas, you're going kayaking. Let's go. Hey, Tarpon Springs for lunch on Monday. Where are you going in Tarpon Springs? As a person whose family is Greek from Cyprus, I am very familiar with Tarpon Springs. And if your answer is that you are not getting Greek food in Tarpon Springs, then Thomas, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to boot you from the stream, my guy. It's just how it works. Yeah, Slendy, I've been hearing about the people like bum rushing the new Pokemon set. I don't know what's going on with that. That's not a world I'm a part of. That sounds crappy. When I play cards these days, it's Magic the Gathering through Arena online, so you don't have to worry about that, thankfully. It's very nice. Stinky, you said the game that you are making, it's on Unity, and it's a platformer, multiplayer that focuses on movement and puzzles. Hey, that sounds very satisfying. Look, man, I mean, you know this, you're making it, but solving puzzles, incredibly satisfying. Good movement mechanics in a video game, also incredibly satisfying. That is one heck of a combo you might have there. I hope it goes well for you, man. Keep us updated on it. That's super cool, yeah. All right, y'all. There's our little Oxbow Lake. It's a little bit of an ugly duckling, but come on, this is the swamp of sadness and sweaty underthings. Of course, things are not pretty here. Oh, okay. That was a little bit too rough. I don't know. Maybe I'm eating it away too much. Put it back how it was. Rich, you said you got to dip for a bit and take your girlfriend and roommate to work. Oh, no worries, man. Go for it. Nice of you to do that on your day off. How kind of you. I hope you have a nice morning drive. Stinky, you liked the roll for sandwich promotion, man. I'm glad. I'm glad that it worked out. Y'all, one of my favorite things to do is take a publisher's money and then just give it to creators that I like and support. And that's exactly what we got to do there. And I thought that was awesome. I love doing that. Also, Roll for Sandwich is incredible, and everybody should watch it. And he deserves the money. Yo, I'm not sure how to like roughen these rivers up a little bit. So you know what I'm going to do? I want to rough their edges up, but I typically do it with like salt water. Stinky, you're going to dip and work on your game. Hey, man, go get it. Go get it. Make that progress. You got this. Paul, you said apparently that River Junction is near Ocala. It's a 2-hour drive. Becomes a lot with a toddler. I could see that. Maybe you can get up there on your own at some point. That'd be fun. Y'all, so what I'm thinking here is typically when I would rough up the edge of a water, like I guess if we look at it like around here, it looks a bit more normal for coastlines to kind of look random like that, but for rivers typically flow, right? So more smooth. I think what we should do to make that rougher right in there is we're going to put trees around it and like have the trees arcing over the edges, you know? User 5730914998584. Welcome back in. I did look into FanX. I got it marked tentatively on my calendar. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go, but I'm at least gonna look into it because it looked pretty cool from what I saw. I was very much a fan of it. It looks like a good time. I would like to go if I can, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I appreciate you shouting it out, man. Plus, I wouldn't mind getting back up in that area of the country. Alright, y'all, so we're going to do a little trick here because I want to fill in this swamp a bit more. We'll put foliage and stuff in there in a minute, but right now we're going to do big brush size, lower opacity, set it to foreground. Slindy, did you asked, do I go to conventions to promote my work? Because Dragon Con happens every year where you're at. Yeah, I've not gone. I've only gone to like one book fair event so far, and it was really good actually. I sold out of my inventory, which was nuts. It's also really cool to meet everyone and like see them buying my books and walking away smiling and stuff. Like that was awesome. So I'll definitely be going back to do that again. The bigger events like Dragon Con are more of a commitment. I think if I go to one of those, I'm going to be going just as an author for meet and greets and stuff. I'll be going to Lit RPG Con this July up in Denver. So check that out. I'll have to make an ad. You know, like I had my scene for the book fair, which was awesome, huge success. I'll have to make another one for Lit RPG Con, so y'all can know where to find me there. It's going to be a fun time. All right, so what we just did there is we used bigger brush size, a watercolor paint, and then we used low opacity so that we just kind of put some like puddles in there, right? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back over it with my green brush, and we're just going to blend it in a little bit. Just a little bit. And what this is going to do is make it look like there's water peeking through trees or through grass. And we're just going to do several layers of this. It's just going to give the general impression that there's a whole bunch of water down there, which is exactly what we're looking for. AJ, you asked, how's my day going so far? Well, thank you for asking. It's going good. We just started. I was absolutely exhausted this morning, but as always, stream gives me energy and pumps me up. And I was thinking I was going to go take a nap again after stream before getting into the rest of the workday. But I'm feeling good now thanks to y'all. So thank you guys. I appreciate that. Malaya Kern, welcome back in. Good to see you. Happy Friday. You said, can you please remind me of the best way to go about querying agents? My book is now 280 pages. You said that was message 1 of 2. I'll wait for message 2. And you only have a 100-ish more pages to write. Well, first of all, rock on. Congrats to you. That's awesome. Great progress. For querying agents, what you're going to want is you're going to want to go to publishersmarketplace.com. And if you're in the Discord, let me give you the Discord link because I got a whole page in there with all these resources. Here, I'll drop it in chat now. There you go. Or you can go to my bio on TikTok and there's a link to it. But here, I'll show y'all real quick. Do this, boom, boom. Okay. If you go to Discord and you go to writing resources, I have a bunch of resources posted in here. I gotta make it big. And what you're going to want to do for querying is you're going to want to go to right here, Publishers Marketplace, and buy a 1-month subscription. You can buy it and immediately cancel it, and it'll just run for 1 month and it won't auto renew. And you're going to use its search tools on that website to look up all of the agents that represent books that are relevant to you. And you're going to see how often they're selling works to publishers. From that, you can pull a big list of agents that seem to fit with your book, and then you'll put together a query letter for them and research them on their website, their agency website. Fill out the query letter specific to what they ask for. It typically has requirements like, first 10 pages. You're going to want to give the word count, a description of the book, etc., etc. And you'll query them with all of that. If you go to the Discord, though, I got Publishers Marketplace here, which is a big one. Then there's r/pubtips right down here. It's on Reddit. Highly recommended. They give you incredible information about how to write a good query letter, which is really important because a good query letter is the difference between your book dying on query or getting picked up by an agent. So yeah, that's kind of the brief overview. There's so much more to it, but keep asking if you have specific questions, and I will keep doing my best to answer. First of all, or last of all, I suppose, congratulations. It's super sick to be that far into the process. Keep it going. Proud of you. All right, y'all, there we go. I'm pretty happy with that. We got our kind of water painted in there on the bottom, that little blue. It's going to look really good once we start putting plants in. Someone said, where was it? There we go. Get off my lawn, guys. So this swamp is South Florida Cypress swamp vibe. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for. Call it Mayaca. If you're from Florida, you know where that is. All right, so now we need to do a little bit of work on the riverbanks, and then also put some plants in. Senior Goatman, you said while you're at Lit RPG Con, you should check out Tattered Cover in Denver. Super awesome bookstore. Okay. Tattered Cover. I've not heard of it, but I'm not often in Denver, so I guess that makes sense. Sick, dude. Oops, that's not how it's supposed to go. We wanted a smooth river here. Y'all, what I'm going to do now is just really kind of let these trickle away. Don't love that. What I really want is to have like a diminishing brush size for my river. Here's what we're going to do. I'd like to be able to just like make the brush smaller as it goes, like the kind of thing you'd be able to do with a weighted stroke if you were using a stylus, where you'd put pressure in the beginning and then raise as you go. I can't do that here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the river going a little bit further, and then we're going to cut away on the outside. So I think it was like size 16 is what we were using here. Something like that. Like this. Like that. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Add. And we're going to just cut away at this. To make it look like it's actually, you know, getting narrower. Chip it away. We're whittling. We're whittling the river. R/brand new sentence. What size was that? 9. Okay, we're going to get the brush size down to 9. We're going to make sure it stays a little smooth. And we're gonna crush it. Get out of here. Thin up. We got this river on a Weight Watchers diet. There we go. That's fine. It looks okay. But once we get the trees and stuff on there, it's going to look very good. You got to think big picture here, long term. There we go. Whittle. Whittle. Slim it down. Boom. Hide and Seek Dad, welcome in, my friend. This is inkcarnate.com. Free map making website. This is the map we made on it last couple streams. I'll put it in chat for you. Inkcarnate.com. And we're working on a new map now. So it's pretty plain, but we just started. Thanks for coming in, my guy. How's your Friday going? All right. So now I'm gonna stick some mountains up in here, and then some trees to hide those rivers, so they feel like they start naturally. Get off my lawn, guy. You said, would I suggest having a complete work before querying? Yes, absolutely. I would definitely have a complete work that you've edited at least once. Give it an editing pass. Make sure you catch the typos. You clean it up a basic amount, etc., etc. And then you're good to go. It's tempting to query before your book is finished, but then your best case scenario can become a worst case if an agent's like, yeah, I love this, send it to me immediately, and you go, it's not done, and then you can't tell them that because that would be wildly inappropriate. They would be very not happy with you. Alright, so what we're going to do here, y'all, I need to add some mountains here in the Caverns of Whispering Web. So we're going to move that title for the moment. But I want the mountains to transition from this evil dark red of our legally distinct Mordor up here. I want it to be red mountains here and then transition to something a little more probably green, maybe swampy. Could go with dry. I'm not really sure what the environment's like in these caverns. I mean, in the book, they go under the mountains. But the cavern should probably be slightly different. Maybe we could do dry. We could do snowy. What do y'all think? What should it be? You let me know, because we'll mess with some mountain color. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to make 3 mountains. 1, 2, and we're going to get a third one. And I'm going to change their color so that there's a gradient, basically, of change in them. I guess actually we'll do 4, technically. Because what we're going to have, we have this one right here. This will be the first one. This is going to be slightly color shifted, more color shifted, and then finally our actual color. So we're going to go to advanced settings. I'm sorry y'all can't see the actual settings menu here. I just can't fit it in vertical orientation very well. All right, so let's see. Let's zoom in on that. Millie, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in and happy Friday to you. How you doing today? Glad to have you here. Thanks for joining us for Fantasy Map Friday. Get off my lawn, guy. You said I better actually do some work since I'm here. Catch you next week. Hey, man. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Pleasure to talk with you. Ozzy, thank you as well for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome in. How you doing today? Millie, you're in Romania. Woo! Exciting. International. Romania, it's probably like, you gotta be like late afternoon there, right? Hold on. It's it's 2 o'clock or 1:45 p.m. London time, and you're earlier than that, so it's gotta be like, I don't know, 3, 4 p.m., something like that. Welcome in. I don't know if I have anybody tuning in from Romania on the regular. Ozzy, you're doing well. You're just relaxing before work. Let's go. Love to see it. And Wheezing Weasel, welcome back, my friend. Happy Friday to you. Kayla Browning, hello, hello. Welcome back in. How you doing? How's the work been going? How are the books? How are the live streams? You've been doing a lot. You've been staying busy. Hope it's going well. Y'all, if you just jumped in, what we're doing here is we're making a map. We make maps on Friday. And this one we just started. As an example, here's a completed one. Here's the last one we did. It's a lot prettier. But we just started this one. We'll get there. We'll make it good. I mean, it's gonna be it's the domain of the Dark Lord, so like it's not gonna be pretty per se, but it can be fun. And it's for my book, Wriggly Little Hands, which just launched this past week. Chat voted on what area of the world they wanted to do, and the Dark Lord's domain won out. So we're gonna make some evil landscapes here. So thanks for stopping by, folks, while we do that, and please drop your input. We're making this map together. What I'm doing right now, y'all, is we're working on color shifting some mountains. So up in here, you know, we got these red evil mountains for our legally distinct Mordor. And what I want to do is I want to transition down to this region here that's highlighted. That is going to have a different, you know, terrain to it, a different temperature, climate. So I've got these 4 mountains. This one is our starter mountain. This is the same color as all the other mountains in our not Mordor TM. This one has been color shifted ever so slightly. So its hue has been changed a bit. So what we're going to do, we're going to use that hue. You can see I just changed this one to match that. But I want to shift down towards an even more dramatic color difference. So we're going to change this one's hue even further. Something like that. And then we'll do the same on this one and bring it around to our final color, which I'm thinking is going to be something a little more like brown. Kind of, oh, that I took it full green. Didn't mean to do that. Something like that. So now you can see that the mountains shift color as they go, and that's going to be the transition color we're going to have as they move from up in here down towards our swamp of sadness and sweaty under things. Millie, you said you were born in Romania, but you feel more German. All right, all right. Do you speak German? I took 6 years of it in school, but I was a bad student during that time and didn't try very hard, so I've forgotten most of it. Though I did go to Germany 2 years ago, and suddenly all of the German came back. It was absolutely crazy. Jamie loves to read. Good morning, my friend. Welcome in. Guten Morgen, Calimera. Buenas tardes? I always forget in Spanish. Impage, what's up, my guy? How you doing? Carmatic as well. Thanks for showing up, y'all. Glad to have you. Kayla Browning, you said everything has been going pretty well, just going slow and enjoying it all. Man, that's wisdom right there, Kayla. Going slow and enjoying it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a good way to live. There's times to go fast, but there's times to pump the brakes and relax as well. Barely hanging on. Welcome in, my dude. Happy Friday to you. We stream maps every Friday, and sometimes I will throw it into the stream schedule just for fun. So honestly, could be any day. You never know. Always Friday, maybe more days. And we're always here at weekdays, 7 a.m. Central Time. And if we're not making maps, we might be writing. We have a creative writing game we play where we roll dice to see what our writing prompt's going to be for the day, or for the segment, and then we roll additional dice to modify that and make it more interesting. So that's one of the games we play, or we just do writing sprints, talk about books, publishing questions, all that fun stuff. So it's always something fantasy and book related, but the maps are my favorite. I do love map. Honestly, I just have to stop myself from doing map making every day. Blondie Pop, you said this is such a delightful way to spend a morning. Well, thank you. I'm delighted that you're spending it with me. Welcome in. And Jamie, you said you saw my post regarding my book making it to the top list. Congratulations. Thank you, Jamie. That's kind of you. Y'all, if you don't know what Jamie's talking about, Wriggly Little Hands, this thing just launched this week. It's my comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip. Surely they won't get up to any shenanigans or mess anything up. They're very serious, business-oriented goblins. That just launched this Tuesday in ebook, paperback, and audiobook. And y'all are crazy. Your support for it spiked it into the top 100 on Amazon for humorous fantasy audiobooks, which is its primary categories. Like, that is the #1 category I wanted it to be in. And y'all put me in the top 100 of it, beating out a couple Terry Pratchett books for, I don't know, 12, 14 hours, something like that, which is absolutely insane. Thank you so much, y'all. I cannot believe it. I am consistently blown away by that, and it was really hard to stop working yesterday because I just wanted to keep doing stuff to support that. So thank you very much for that, everybody. And if you want to keep it going, see if we can keep beating out Terry Pratchett. We've dropped to 109th now in the charts, but if you want to pick up an audiobook copy, look, it's really good, and you'll help us stay up there high. But there's also ebook and paperback. Those are fine too. But yeah, thank you very much, y'all. Seriously, I'm blown away. You know, we can do a live look-in. See where our ranks are at, huh? Hold on, let's grab it. I mean, I imagine it's going to be just slipping more and more. But I haven't refreshed this page yet, so this is from yesterday. That was where we peaked, y'all. Number 91. Sitting there with Terry Pratchett at number 92. Another Terry Pratchett at 94. I mean, the guy that literally inspired me to write like this. So that's kind of cool. And here's the audiobook rankings right now. We're at 109 in humorous fantasy. That was this morning, so let's see if we slipped. Yep, 111. Okay, we dropped 2 more spots, but, you know, that's how it goes. Absolutely insane to even be in that category at first. So, seriously, thank y'all. Appreciate that. Jamie, you like the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Under things? There aren't a lot of locations that are named seriously in this book. Paul, you said, how long do you think it took Ollie to take the lock to the Dark Lord in the beginning of the book? Oh, not very long, Paul. He probably got there in less than a day. This is his area. He knows how to get through there. User 57309149985884. Welcome in. Thank you for the question. I think you're a different user from the one we had here earlier. You said what motivated me to start doing streams. Y'all, writing's a lonely habit. It's a lonely job. I was doing it by myself every day, and I was kind of like, man, if I'm going to be sitting at my desk all day, working from home, I got no coworkers, I kind of want some people to hang out with. And so I came up with the idea to start streaming in the morning, and that's what we do. So that's just kind of how it started. We kind of went with it from there, and it's been a good time ever since. I've been very pleased with it. I just love hanging out with, like, having coworkers almost in a way. It's nice because it's way too lonely otherwise, just writing all day. So I guess that's kind of where the idea came from. And since then, it's just taken off, and there's like people hanging out every day in here, and I get to know y'all and stuff. I don't know, it's just wild. It's been a very good time, and at this point, I can't stop. We got a community. Y'all, I didn't even want to make a Discord server. I didn't want to run a Discord, but chat bullied me into making a Discord. I just put the link in chat. We have like 140 people in there now. Insane. I can't believe that. And that's because y'all. That's all you're doing. So thank you, you maniacs. Burger King says, I loved the part where he fantasied Oh. It's fantasying time. Yeah, we're what's the movie that everybody was memeing on? Morpheus? It's Morbin time. Jamie, you said, do I sell signed books? I do. Well, I guess I have. I intend to again in the future. Currently, I'm not selling them signed because I want to work with a local bookstore and make them my sole retailer of signed copies. And then the goal would be that if y'all want a signed copy, you just go to that local bookstore's website and you can order a copy from there. I think that's a really cool way to like support a local bookstore and also offer signed copies for folks. I just haven't got it set up yet, so I should get on that. I really got to get that going. But if you do buy a paperback, Jamie, let me know. DM me an address for you, and I will send you a signed book plate that you can stick right in the front of it. It's like a build your own signed copy. Snow, my friend, welcome in. Good to see you. Snow, I was just thinking about you yesterday. I was like, I haven't seen Snow in a little while. Hope they're doing well. Welcome back, my friend. Good to see you. Happy Friday indeed. Oh boy, chat popping off, and I'm over here just yapping about something. Burger King Pin Island is a classic. Pin Island is a classic. This is not Pinned Island. This is Worm Rest Isle. But it's the last one we made on stream, and it was a lot of fun. Chat had a lot of input on it, which I appreciate. That's the idea here. And we're going to make something that looks like this out of this map. We just got to get there. It's brand new, you know? It's raw. It's unshaped. Millie, you said reading in the summer is better than sitting on the phone all day. Absolutely it is. Autark, you said, how long have I been writing for? I've been writing since middle school, which I don't know how long that's been. And I'm not going to delve into it because I don't need the answer to that question. That's not something I want to know. But professionally, I've been writing since about 2015. I used to do business writing for, well, get this, businesses. And then I got into ghostwriting, like romance novels and stuff. And since then, I've transitioned into writing my own books. So under my own name, my pen name at least, professionally, I've been writing since about 2018. Snow, thank you for the roses, my dude. Holy cow. If the animation was correct, it would just have absolutely just buried me and just absolutely gone. A landslide of roses. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Snow. You rock, my dude. I hope you've been doing well. It's good to see you back. User, you said not to shout out other authors, but I know Brandon Sanderson likes to shop in bookstores and sign copies of his books without telling anyone. No, you're good. We love other authors here. We love talking about them and supporting them. That's part of it, man. We're not trying to be selfish in here. This is a rising tides lift all ships situation for sure. And that's super cool. I would love to do that. I think my book is in a couple bookstores right now based on how the retail sales are going. Like, I'm seeing it jump. The paperback copies are selling in batches of like 10 to 20. And that's weird. That's not typical customer behavior. So I think that's bookstores placing orders, which is unexpected because I haven't marketed it to bookstores very much yet. But I don't know what else that is. I've not seen that sort of purchasing behavior previously. So yeah, I think it's in a few bookstores. I wish I knew where they were, because I would love to go in and sign a few copies. Other name wasn't available. You said, I've never heard the origin story before. That's cool. My sister-in-law writes romance novels too. Your sister-in-law probably makes more money than me, other name. Romance novels are, romance is a huge genre. It's very competitive, but my goodness, does it move copies. Romance, boy oh boy, do they sell books. Everybody I know that doesn't write romance is jealous of romance authors. It is insane how voracious their readers are. Now we're going to stick some hills up in here, right around the mountains. Got to do that. Mountains don't just end most of the time. They run into hills. All right, I'm liking how that's going. I think we still need... I need to read chat. Sam, you asked what romance novels did I ghostwrite? Well, I legally can't tell you because I had to sign NDAs for them. So I can't tell you, but I can tell you that I wrote one that was about a... it was focused on roller derby. So it was a roller derby romance. I also wrote one that was based on cosplay, where like the main characters work together and are like very different people, and then start a relationship after meeting, cosplaying at a con, but because of the cosplay don't know that they are the co-workers. So that was funny. I enjoyed that concept. That was very fun back in the day. Yeah. Paul said, do you know how we go about getting you in libraries? I don't know what that process works, how that process works. I don't either, Paul. Let me make a note of that. I'll look into it. We'll look into that. I'll get an answer for you. Thank you for asking, though. And Bellat, thank you for the follow. Happy Friday to you. I appreciate you being here. I hope your Friday's going good. I hope your weekend's looking exciting. Y'all, what color are we going to paint the ground here? This area is the Caverns of Whispering Web. There's a lot of spiders hanging out around here. And I'll probably want to show that by throwing some spider... Ooh, you know what? We should put some spider webs like between the mountains. That'd be very cool. Let me go ahead and get the name spaced out a bit better. I'll put it like... It's just a little bit big. We're gonna knock that font size down. Something like that. And now we're gonna put a little curve on it. Gotta get the curve going. So it fits around the region a bit more. Something like this, maybe. It's just such a big name. I did not make an easy map for myself, because of all these ridiculous names. It's pretty hard to fit the swamp of sadness and sweaty underthings, or the plains of abandoned hope and paralyzing fear, into a small space on the map. Paul, you said I'm a frequent visitor of my local library and be happy to put in a request or something. Yeah, Sloyd, and what Sloyd said, I think you go to the library and ask if they have it, it might incentivize them to get it. I think you're right. I think from what I've seen in the past, that is part of what you do. You have to, I think asking and putting in requests through like their online portal is part of how you show an interest in the book, and then they'll go out and get it. I think there's more to it, though. I think there might be something that I need to do on my end. So I'll look into it, and I'll let you all know. Boop, welcome in, my friend. I love your name. Yes, I did make this map. We are in the process of making it now. For an example of a finished one, it looks something like this. This is the one we did on stream most recently. Fun little island we made. And we're making a new one here. So it's a little bit plain right now, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Thank you for the follow, Boop. Welcome in, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Y'all, I just realized something. I got so distracted making these color-shifted mountains, which I thought were really cool, that I forgot that what we're doing in this region. What we were going to do is we were going to have mountains around the outside and then like a cutaway that shows the interior, because this is a cavern region. Like, it's just mountains on top with like endless caverns beneath it. You know, Mammoth Cave, Kentucky vibes. So I put too many mountains in the middle here. I want to get rid of these and just have them around the outside so that you can see we can paint the caverns in there. So we're going to do that. Boop, the website that I use for this is inkcarnate.com. I just put it in chat there. Feel free to give it a look. It's a free map maker. It's got a paid tier if you want, but you don't have to have it. The free tier is totally fine. Oh, Avelian, you asked as well. Sorry, there's your answer. Inkcarnate.com. It's a free website. Thanks for being here, folks. And Snow, 160 heart puffs, my guy. Snow said, I'm gonna go take a leave of absence for a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back and bury you under gifts. Welcome back, my friend. Thank you, Snow. You are awesome. All right, y'all. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna make that change that I just said. And by the way, if y'all don't know, this map is from my book, Wriggly Little Hands, which just launched this Tuesday in ebook, paperback, and audiobook. And y'all maniacs picked up so many audiobook copies, we spiked into the top 100 on Amazon for humorous fantasy audiobooks, which is my main category. Like, that's where I needed the book to sell. Thank you, guys. Holy cow. That's insane. Thank you so much. We briefly were beating out, well, I say briefly, for like 14 hours, we were sitting ahead of multiple Terry Pratchett books on the charts. And in fact, we still are. We've just dropped to like spot 111. But hey, if anybody wants to pick up a copy, you can help us climb back up there. We can stick it to Terry, who's been dead for 10 years and wrote 60 books, and probably the other 58 of them are all ahead of me on the chart. But that's okay. We're not going to focus on that. We're beating out 2 of them. My best-selling book is better than his 2 worst-selling books, maybe, kind of, at this point in time. But thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Yeah, you guys are insane. Boop, you're making your own campaign for D&D. Yeah, this is a wonderful program for that. It has different types of maps you can make too, like battle maps and stuff. So you can it's so meant to be used for D&D. All right, so what we're gonna do here is I gotta get rid of this title right now. It's in the way. Get out of here, title. We need to stretch these hills out a little bit further because most of these mountains need to be moved to the edge so that we can do the cutaway effect and have the caverns beneath it, you know? I'm just going to outline it in mountains, essentially. That's a little bit too samey. Give me a different mountain. There we go. That's kind of what I'm looking for there. Why are there 2? Whatever. It looks good. I kind of dig it. I wanted a little mountain pass in here, though. Y'all, something that I love to do for this, some little tips and tricks for your map making journey. Remember how I cut these rivers up? And now what we're doing is we're going to grab these mountains and look right here where the edge of the river is. We're going to put the mountain just a little bit past it. So now it looks like the river is actually flowing out of, like a ravine between the mountains. That's a cool little trick that I like to do. It makes it look like it really blends in well. And then another one that I'm really proud of, you can make the line tool. Hold, please. Here it is. So the line tool lets you draw like roads or whatever, but I have a blur effect applied on mine, and I changed the color. So what that let me do is outline things like this volcanic mountain here. You see the orange glow behind it? I outlined it with the line tool and then put blur on it so it like highlights it. You'll see these mountain valleys also have it applied. It just makes things stand out and look more striking. It's a cool little trick. Adler Bora, thank you for doing that. Welcome back, and thank you for grabbing a copy. I appreciate you. Thank you. That's incredible. I really hope you enjoy it. The audiobook's insane. The cast on it from Sound Booth Theater includes, they're all incredible, but we also got Jeff Hayes on there, who you might know from narrating Dungeon Crawler Carl. I didn't know he was going to be on there. Sound Booth did not tell me that their big dog narrator was going to be showing up. They were just like, oh, by the way, Jeff's on this. Here's the book. And absolutely blew me away with it. I had no clue. It was a wonderful surprise. He did an incredible job, but so did everybody on it. The cast is just so ridiculously talented, guys. It's got sound effects, too. I did not... They went hard. They did not... they did not pull any punches. Harpy, I don't know if the chat's slower for me. I think I'm just slow. I get distracted moving mountains around and I forget to read chat. And I apologize for that. If I miss a question that y'all are interested in, you really want me to answer, please just ask it again. Impage says I'm avoiding this question. All right, yeah. Speaking of, Impage, you said when is a Wrigley Little Romance coming out? Hey, don't put me up to it. Who knows? We might do it. I was on Sound Booth Theater this week. Sound Booth Theater Live, the live show of my audio publisher, and we were talking about that, and I told him there, y'all, I am looking to write more in the world of Wrigley Little Hands. Like, I want it to be my Discworld, essentially, if you've read Terry Pratchett. I'm going to just keep writing stories in this goofy world until someone makes me stop, basically. So, a Wrigley Little Romance? I don't know, man. It could happen. It could happen. I don't think it's going to happen with the goblins. I'm not sure the goblins are particularly romantic characters. But maybe Horse. Horse is a true romantic. You can tell. Look at him. Look at that guy. Thanatos, you didn't have to change your name for me, my dude. I just like to say the username. I think it's pretty funny. Adler, it's the smile. That's, you know what? We're gonna zoom in on that. It is the smile that makes Horse so adorable. Hold, please. We'll pull that up. Come here, Horse. We need a good look at that grin. Look at it. Look at that. Look at that handsome face. I don't know. Y'all want me to write a romance? We got our main character. Here's our MC right here. The undead horse, named Horse, by the way. If you can't tell, the goblins named him. A Mona Lisa smile. Yes, so subtle, so subdued. Adler, Horse is incredible. I am a huge fan of him. Fun fact, his eyes are illuminated with the necromantic power that brought him back. And if you stick your eye, or your finger in his eye socket, when you pull it away, it'll glow for a little bit. So, yeah, Horse is pretty cool. I like Horse. Okay, we are moving. Sam says, don't threaten me with a good time. Alright, y'all, so I know this looks weird with the emptiness in here, but we're going to do a cutaway to show the caverns, right? I think another way we might be able to do that, because I've never done this before, maybe we could put cliffs around the edges. That might be a good way to show that. Let's see if that's going to look good, or if I just need to cut away from it. I think if we put cliffs around the edges here, it's going to look like, you know, it'll be clear to people that that's a cutaway to underground. Let's get a quick save. We've got a casual 240 changes on the map that are unsaved. Paul, it'd be hilarious to see an oblivious Ollie unaware that a female goblin's into him. Yeah, there is a bit of an issue with that though, Paul, and in that it is canonically established in the book that all goblins are cousins. I think that the line goes, all goblins are cousins, and the human there goes, I thought you said those two are siblings. And Ollie's like, yeah, no, all goblins are cousins, especially the siblings. And I don't really want to explore the implications of that, but that was a throwaway joke that might get it might get weird if we pursue that a bit further, huh? Where was it? Sarah, you said, what is this? Welcome in, Sarah. This is our Friday map making stream. Here's the last map we made. For an example of a completed one, we do this every Friday using inkcarnate.com. I'll put it in chat for you. It's a free map making website that I am in love with, and we use it to make maps. This one's for my book that came out this week. Hold on, grab you the cover. There it is. Wriggly Little Hands, my comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip. It just launched this week, and chat wanted to make a map from it, so we're making a map from the start of the book, which is, it starts right down here, in the swamp of sadness and sweaty underthings as our goblins work their way towards going on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and acquire the Doomsday Weapon, and certainly not mess anything up along the way. Everything is fine. They're very competent at their jobs. I don't know why you would doubt them. But thanks for being here. Was it Sarah? Sarah Lindsay. I wanted to call you Lindsay because of Sarah Lindsay, but it's just Sarah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the congratulations. Impage says, I gotta know, how are goblins created? I don't know. I'll take your speculation. Canonically, they are all cousins, and there are different goblins around the world based on the fact that Robert is a foreign exchange cousin from the mountain goblins. So I don't know. Y'all let me know. You can speculate. It's not created yet. I feel like since the book spoofs Lord of the Rings so often, I feel like we should make a play on like the joke in Lord of the Rings that people think baby dwarves just spring up out of a hole in the ground. I feel like there's room to spoof on that for this, right? With goblins. No, Paul, it's fully possible that your interpretation is correct and they just don't know what cousin means. And or cousin means something different to the goblins. These are valid interpretations. Y'all, I'm kind of digging these cliffs we got going on here. I will need to change their color, but we'll deal with that in a minute. I think that's going to work well as like a cutaway. I hope it is. Let's go ahead and paint it. I'm going to paint the background real quick so that we can, or I guess technically it's the foreground. I want to, yeah, you know what? What might work best, y'all, is to paint up top the color of the mountains, and then down here, which is supposed to be like the cutaway, we paint the caverns a different color. Like we paint the caverns down here like black, like this. But let me change that opacity because I want it black, right? We need it dark. And then what we're gonna do is up top, we grab a color kind of like, that's not the right color at all. A color very much not like that. Let's see if we can find one, a better one. Yeah, there it is. Something like that. It needs to be a little bit darker probably, but we'll wet on wet paint it in, you know. We'll get there. So if we do it kind of like this around the outside. I do like that second layer of cliffs idea. I don't know. Impage, you said that. Oh yeah, Impage, you're the resident expert on this on Incarnate, so that makes sense. You'd be coming in with the bomb suggestions here. We could do a second layer and see what that's like. Kind of show it getting deeper and deeper. I'm not sure I'm loving it though. It makes it look more like a pit, whereas I want it to look like a cutaway. The other option is just to not even have cliffs and just have the different color. Nah, I like the cliffs because I could do like holes into it maybe. Tex, welcome in, my friend. This is called inkcarnate.com. It is a free map maker website. You can make beautiful maps like this one we made on our last series. Or this one that we've just started. Boop, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you joining the stream team, my friend. Welcome in. I know you're already on the stream, but now you're on the stream team. Now it's official. Appreciate you, my dude. Nah92591XHF, thank you for the follow. And hello, how are you? Welcome in. Pleasure to have you here. Impage, Impage, yeah, you're the expert here. You can help me. Basically, this region that we're doing is the Caverns of Whispering Web. It's an underground cave network, and I want to show that. It's beneath mountains, and I want to show that, but I couldn't find, like, you know, a line, like a square to put on the map that would show, like, hey, this is a look through to underground. So let me know if you have a way to do that, because I would love to, I'd love to do that. But I don't really know. So we're trying to brute force it by putting like cliffs and then painting the ground different to like show like, hey, this is an underground area. That's the logic right now. But I know you're an expert. Harpy, thank you for asking. This is for my book, Wriggly Little Hands, right here, y'all. Just launched on Tuesday. It is a it is a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. And they try to do evil, but they're not as evil as they think they are. And instead, they just do a lot of good on accident, get into a lot of shenanigans, and cause a lot of problems for everybody. It's a good time. It just launched on Tuesday. It's out in ebook, audiobook, paperback. It's in Kindle Unlimited. You can pick it up on Amazon. And you maniacs, put this book into the top 100 on Amazon for humorous fantasy audiobooks. Thank you for that. Seriously, y'all. I am not a big-time author. I'm a little dinky mid to low list author, barely making a living off this, and y'all spiked that book up there. That's incredible. Thank you so much. I seriously appreciate y'all. We were briefly beating out Terry Pratchett on the top list of humorous books. That's insane. I'm never going to come to terms with that. So thank you very much, everybody, and thank you for the gifts. AJ, the Tiny Diny, other name with 3 Tiny Dinies. Thank you, folks. I appreciate you. Paul, you're gonna head out and make some breakfast? No worries, my dude. I hope you enjoy it. Have a good breakfast. Let me know what you have. I always like being told what folks are eating as I sit here with my coffee and y'all make me hungry. Nah, you said that you could say this. You could see this being an anime. That'd be awesome, right? That would be incredible. A man can dream. A boy can dream. Someone else said they'd like to see it as a comic book, and I'm like, yeah, or a graphic novel. I'm like, yeah, please, that'd be incredible. Sarah Lindsay, you said it's not on Spotify, though. I don't believe it's on Spotify. It's probably not. I don't know if I have any of my books on Spotify. They're relatively new in the audiobook game, so I've never worked with them before, but wouldn't mind the chance. Snarfberry, you added it to your wish list? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, Impage will definitely put some stalactites and stalagmites. There we go, in there. All right. What do we? I kind of want to do the swamp. The swamp of sadness and sweaty underthings. We got to work on that, but we're doing the caverns, so we're gonna keep on the caverns for a hot minute. My cabbages. Cabbage guy, cabbage merchant. Welcome in, buddy. You said I'm currently making a cheese, bacon, onion rotel, and spinach omelet. My dude. Ho ho. No cabbage though? Well, what are we even being serious here? Come on now. Get some cabbage. No, I'm just kidding. I love a good omelet like that. Spinach and eggs just goes together so well. It's insane. What is rotel? Rotel? I don't even know if I'm saying it right, y'all. Brand name of a line of canned tomatoes and green chili. Yo, ho, ho, ho. Wow. All right, let's go. That sounds amazing. Thank you for the follow, Maddie. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday to you. Folks, if you don't know, I'm author Alex Knight, and I stream every weekday, 7 a.m. Central Time, and then I go write books after this. This one just launched. It's about goblins on a road trip. It's very funny, in my opinion. You can get the audiobook, the ebook, the paperback. They're all on Amazon. Just put the title in, it'll pop up. And if you want to grab a copy, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. Snarfberry said, where do you get yours? I'm hoping to find an audio version. Where did you go to get yours? I'm hoping to find it. Sarah, if you want the audiobook, you can get it on Audible or Amazon. If you just type the title into Amazon, it'll pop up there. And they have the audiobook. It's narrated by incredible narrators from Sound Booth Theater. But a huge shout out, they just casually snuck Jeff Hayes on there, the narrator of Dungeon Crawler Carl, which is absolutely... how do I process that? The answer is I don't. The answer is just freak out about it till the end of time, because that's currently how that's going. Yo, I really like running the black paint underneath the mountains here. I think that's going to be a cool way to show the caverns continue into what we're calling legally distinct Mordor. Sam asks, since with the roll for sandwich video, is it canonical that goblins like cottage cheese? Sure, we could make that canonical. I think that cottage cheese would be just the right texture for them. They call it swamp cheese, Harpy. Amazing. Yeah, see, y'all get it. You understand the goblins vibe. Absolutely, they call it swamp cheese. Mud cheese, maybe. I love it. Incredible. It is now canon the goblins like cottage cheese. We are building the lore day by day here. I love it. All right, let's I need to do a better cliff edge here because I'm being a perfectionist and I apologize. If I'm being too much of a perfectionist, please just yell at me and we'll move on to working on something else. There we go. Now see, that looks better. Oh, sorry, it's off screen. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing. I wanted this to be a little more rounded. And then I need a cliff right like here. There we go. Kind of like that. There we go. So now it looks like a pit, right? I think that's as good as we're going to get for a cutaway. Impage, you said I got to run, but I got one last suggestion. You could have a cave entrance to one side to indicate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that, Impage. Rock on, my guy. Good suggestion. Thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope you got a good weekend planned, my dude. Have some fun with it. All right, what asset library? We're working in fantasy world here, so I'm in the correct library. So the cave entrances, it gives me look like this. That's not great. Let's go to fantasy regional and see if we can get a little bit better art for it. You get something like this. Oh, that's way too big. Something like that. I don't know if that fits the art style of the map in general. We'll have to think about it. Mike Cabbages, you said, can we make a regional dish with cottage cheese and cabbage somehow? Oh, boy. Cabbages, if you want to see a truly despicable meal, check out Roll for Sandwiches account in their video yesterday, because I took the audio advance for Wriggly Little Hands and just funneled it into supporting creators that I like, and one of them was Roll for Sandwich, so we sponsored a video with them. And my poor guy, oh, he rolled the worst sandwich yesterday. The goblins were fully affecting the dice rolls, man. It ain't fair. I feel so bad for him. It was a foul sandwich. Here's a cool cave entrance. This might be more to the speed of what we're looking for. I think that could do it. Or like this. I think that could be what we're looking for. Thank you for the follows, my cabbages, and there was another one that I missed. Where was it? Maddie, thank you both. Appreciate y'all. Happy Friday to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following. Y'all, we're here every weekday at 7 a.m. Central Time. Always doing something fun and fantasy focused. Alright, I want to have we need to have a cave entrance here in the mountains, because that is how Ollie gets into the caverns in the book. Ronnie, you said cottage cheese wrapped up in lettuce like packages for wagon transport gets everywhere when bitten. Oh my god. It's like the worst gyro I've ever heard of. God. One bite, it just oozes out. Ugh. Charlie West, welcome in, my friend. You said, are you building the map only or things within locations as well? Charlie, we're just building the map right now for fun. But these locations all exist in my book that came out this past Tuesday. It's a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip. Y'all, it's an ebook, audiobook, or paperback. It just launched. It's on Amazon and Audible. Just put the title in, it'll pop up. So the locations exist in that. So actually the book starts with our goblins here in the swamp of sadness and sweaty underthings. And they make their way through the caverns of Whispering Web up to consult. They have a meeting with their big boss up here in legally distinct Mordor. And they go on a road trip. Yeah, Kipper, the Green Goblin. There you go, my guy. You watched the video. You saw the roll for sandwich. I feel so bad about that. As the sponsor of that video, I feel like I'm partially responsible for what happened. And I'm so sorry, Jake. I'm so very sorry. You beautiful man, you do not deserve what happened to you yesterday. He seemed okay with it. He seemed like the sandwich didn't bother him that much, but I thought it was pretty disgusting. Sarah, you said I'm getting the book now. I'm a Prime member, so I got a nice deal on it. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. You're incredible. I hope you enjoy it. It's a really goofy book. I had way too much fun writing it. Other name wasn't available. You said, random thought, can you get an Amazon affiliate link for your own book? Get paid to direct traffic. Other name, I've thought about that. I think that I probably can. In fact, I think most authors have that on their websites. Let me make a note of it. It's just not been a high priority, but we could try that. That'd be pretty sick. Get paid to recommend my own books. Charlie, you said that sounds like it would be a dope D&D campaign. Yes. Okay, you get it. You get it. It's another way that I describe this book is it's like a D&D campaign, except the entire party made intelligence their dump stat, and the DM is taking a shot after every chapter, because that's fully the vibes that it gives out, and it just kind of gets more and more insane as it goes. I mean, y'all, we gave goblins a rocket wagon. Like, it's all downhill from there. Y'all, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Ryan Boster, thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate you hanging out with me as we make a silly fantasy map. I guess we need to get on these caverns, which in hindsight, I probably need to make it a little bit bigger. Let's get some room in here. You know, these caverns could be a little bit wider. Use that real estate. I kind of want them to go like this, like along the mountains. It's just that this beautiful cliff that I have here doesn't quite... Oh, sorry, y'all can't see it. It's underneath text elements. This cliff, let's put it like this. I need to rotate. I love the shape of this cliff. I just don't think it's the right one. My Cabbages, you said, is a massive Tolkien fan. I love everything about this, by the way. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Cabbages. I also am a massive Tolkien fan. His work is beautiful, and I can't even... I'm reading through Fellowship at the slowest pace ever right now because I just want to savor every single chapter. It's incredible. I'm actually leaving next weekend, flying down to Florida to visit some old friends, and we're doing a Lord of the Rings marathon weekend. I'm very excited about it. But that's why I spoofed Lord of the Rings so much in this book. Because I just wanted to get to play in that space, essentially. It kind of starts out as basically what if the bad guys got the ring. But then it does its own thing from there. The goblins are far too chaotic to focus on anything so coherent as an objective, you know? Thank you for the follows, everybody. I appreciate you. Find Your Smile, my friend. Welcome in. My other Incarnate expert, you always have good suggestions. You said you can move that top cliff like down a few mountains. It fits in the little, it fits in the little pocket, like kind of like right down here. See, other name. You are such an artist, or not other name. Sorry, Find Your Smile, y'all. If you're not following Find Your Smile, he's in chat right now. You need to go look at his account. His art, his tattoo art, is insane. And I'm sorry, I say his. I don't know if it's his or hers. Their tattoo art is insane. I never thought I would ever get a tattoo, but Find Your Smile has fully convinced me that maybe I do need a tattoo. Actually, seeing his work, their work, I'm just like, yeah, maybe I do need to get on that. There we go, y'all. Look, that looks so much better for the caverns. We're getting there. We can do this. With our powers combined. Do it like that. We just need to fill in this little gap right in here, and it'll be good to go. Snarfberry, you saw the Green Goblin sandwich. My Cabbage, you said I reread Lord of the Rings every year, and my husband, and I plan to go to New Zealand. You're going to go to New Zealand? Dude, oh, that's going to be incredible. I hope you both have an incredible time. Please go to all the famous locations. Raffy, you're freestyling on the piano on your lives right now? Let's go, dude. That's incredible. I love that. I need to tune in for that. Let me know. DM me when you go live. I think I could tune into that today. I mean, I got work and stuff, but we could make that work. Find Your Smile says we got to do the Whooper tattoo. Y'all, if you don't know, on top of goblins, which I really love, I am replaying the old Pokemon games, and I'd forgotten that this wonderful Pokemon exists. Shout out to Wooper, the best Pokemon ever. Um, so if I do get a tattoo from Find Your Smile, it's gonna be a Goblin or it's gonna be Wooper. Um, I love both of them. There we go. Who asked? Polar Twink. That's a great name. Welcome in, Polar. You asked what program this is. It is inkcarnate.com. I'll put it in chat for you. Right there. It's a free website for map making. And, I mean, you can make awesome maps. Like, I mean, this one's a little bit new, so it's not that beautiful yet. But here's the last one we did. I'm real proud of this one. We made this together on stream with y'all's input. Like, we did this together. It was awesome. Shout out to the Easter eggs y'all wanted me to put in here. We got this little duck that lives in a tree next to the waterfall. That guy's got a beautiful retirement home. And we got a hockey rink in here, too. Our little oval patch of ice down here, which has these little arches that serve as nets at either end. We threw a wizard tower in down here in the whirlpool. So yeah, we make them together every Friday, y'all, 7 a.m. Central Time. We make maps together, and we're making this one right now, which is from Wriggly Little Hands, my book that launched this Tuesday about goblins on a road trip. It's a lot of fun. If you want a copy, please, paperback, audiobook, ebook. It's on Amazon. Just put that title in. It'll come up for you. And y'all, you maniacs spiked the book into the top 100 on Amazon. Are you kidding me? The top 100 for fantasy, humorous fantasy audiobooks. I don't know how to handle that. Y'all, you guys helped me beat Terry Pratchett for a number of hours. And by that I mean 2 of Terry Pratchett's least selling books. But look, we're taking the wins where we can get them, right? That's insane. Thank you so much for that, guys. I'm not a big deal author. I'm a very small time author. I literally could make more money working at the post office than doing this job. But I love working this job. So thank you guys for helping making it a sustainable thing for me. It's astounding. I love you for it. You're incredible. Thank you so much, everybody. If you want to help the book in the rankings, try the audiobook copy. It's narrated by the incredible folks at Sound Booth Theater, including Jeff Hayes, who you might know from Dungeon Crawler Carl. That book's kind of popping off right now, and it should. It's an incredible book, and he's an incredible narrator. George Johns, you said, how many books do I have out? Here's my book ones. The top row is fantasy. The bottom row is lit RPG. Several of these have follow-up sequels, but these are the book ones, basically. You can find them all at authoralexknight.com, or they're all linked together on Amazon. So you can find them there. I think I have 10 published books out now. Maybe a bit more than that. I'd have to count. I'm really bad at math, and they've come out over a number of years, so I'm not always up to date on it. Gotta paint in these edges, y'all. We gotta really get this division going. Yeah, look at that. I love painting. If I wasn't a failed author, I'd be a failed painter. Is that too pessimistic? Find Your Smile, you said a goblin trainer and a whooper Pokemon. Perfect. Oh, yes, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. Someone else suggested that. Sloyd suggested that. Thank you. That's spot on, my dude. I love it. Oh, well, thank you, Cabbages. I hope you enjoy the books if you check them out. If you got any questions about any of them, please ask. I can tell you what they're about. I can give you, the little pitch for them. But just let me know. Who was that question? There is Joshy Boshi Boom Boom Washi. That's an incredible name, dude. Rock on. I love that name. I love when people have fun usernames, because then I get to say it when I'm talking to them, and I just get to be in here. We had a guy that was hanging out on stream for a while named the Potato Chip Massacre. I thought that was hilarious. You asked, do I have any books similar to the ones by international bestseller Quan Mills? Well, let me look up Quan Mills. I think someone asked about this recently. They write, like, steamy romances, right? Okay, these titles are incredible. I can't say these titles on stream. But, I don't think I have anything of art form that high. Raffi, oh, y'all, if you don't know, hold on. Stream community member Raffi the engineer makes music. They are incredible. They've been here since the beginning. And this song that's currently playing, Raffi made this just for the stream. I am so flattered and astounded. And I guess, Raffi, you're making more music for me? My guy, you're making more? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I can't wait to hear it. Raffi, you really gotta find a place that we can credit you for this, because I want to send people your way. You know, when you make these. Thank you very much, man. You rock. I'm excited to hear. I was excited that you got a new piano. I didn't realize that I should be excited about that because you'd use it to make more music for the stream. Thank you, my man. And thank you for the follows. Joshi Bashi Boom Boom Washi. God, that's going to be fun to say. You got to come back. I want to say that name more. And Ozin04. Thank you for the follows, y'all. I appreciate you. My Cabbages, you said you got to head out. Thank you for chatting. Hopefully catch you tomorrow. Cabbages, I'm only here on weekdays, except sometimes on weekends. We'll do a random video game stream if I got the time. Pop in, play a little bit of high-level Rocket League or something. I do play other games. I just don't know if they're going to fit. But anyway, what I mean to say is I'm here every weekday, 7 a.m. Central Time. And I hope to see you again, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for being a part of it. More follows George Johns. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. JCCB, you said, what size or dimensions is this map in? This one's a square. I don't know. I think it's a 30 by 30 tile. For when I made it from the start, I selected 30 by 30 tiles. So yeah. Simp1X, you said during your Ghost Rider days, did you write any Fabio stories? I didn't actually get to see the finished covers. I just kind of handed in the manuscript, and they were like, awesome, this is great, thank you. Because that was just how the contract went. So I don't know if they put any sexy shirtless men on my covers. I would be honored to have Fabio on one of those. Dungeon Daddy Reese, thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome in. Another great name. Y'all got the good... My username's terrible. I need to get awesome usernames like y'all. Y'all, if you don't know, I'm author Alex Knight. And every Friday we stream fantasy map making live on TikTok. This is the new map we're working on. This is the old one we just finished with y'all's input. Thank you for, suggesting things, regions, names. Look at that, Whisper Reef. I botched that. Whisper Reef Thicket was a chat suggested name. I love it. Also, Verdant Maw for this swamp down here. Incredible, y'all. So we make the maps together every Friday, 7 a.m. Central Time. Come hang out with me. I appreciate y'all being here. And we're making this map right now. It's a little new. We got it. We're working on it. We're getting there. And if you don't know, the map is from my book that just launched, Wriggly Little Hands, about goblins on a road trip. So it's a comedy fantasy, and this map is from that world. If you want to get the book, you want to give it a look, it's an ebook, audiobook, and paperback. It's on Amazon. Just put the title in. And y'all, you absolute maniacs, spiked it into the top 100 on Amazon for humorous fantasy audiobooks, which is my main category. And I'm not a big-time author, y'all. I got no place being in the top 100. You guys are insane. Thank you for that. There's no way we'll hold that rank, but we've been there overnight, so thank you guys. Thank you so much. That's insane. Hog Cranker. God. Awesome name, my dude. You said D&D maps, and Dungeon Daddy Reach said, what's the software? It's inkcarnate.com. I'll put it in chat. It's a free website for map making. It has a paid tier. You don't have to use it, though. The free tier is totally fine. You can make beautiful maps like this, or honestly, there's a lot more talented folks on there making maps way better than mine. I'm learning. Y'all are watching me learn as we go. Hog, thank you for the follow, and thanks for saying you'll take a look at the book. I appreciate that, my guy. Sloyd Whispering Weef, you thought I said something else? Man, I thought I said something else at first, too. um, Geo, I saw you slip in, my guy, and I'm sorry I haven't shouted you out yet, but welcome in. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for just tuning in. Always good to have the OGs hanging out here on stream. Y'all, Grim in chat also streams art on Twitch, and my guy is astounding. His art's nuts. You should definitely give a follow to him. Streams a lot. He's really good too. Let me pull up. Do I have one of his drawings on hand, easily accessible? I don't think I do at the moment. No, hold on. We got this. We got this. Geo, I got you, buddy. Let's see. Which one we want to pick? Well, I mean, honestly, I'm not ending the stream. If I'm going to click over to this scene, it's a picture of me as a Pokemon trainer. Geo made this for me, just out of the blue, man. Look at that. Geo, that's insane, dude. I love it. He's so good. And that's far from his best work. Dude rocks. Dungeon Daddy Reese, you said I forgot to update my profile pic. I just got new art from a server member. I'll be right back. Oh, rock on, man. Let me know when you got it updated. I want to see that. I love seeing some art. Hillary Rose, as soon as I finish some other books, I'll check yours out. Well, thank you, Hillary. I appreciate that. What are you reading right now? What are we rocking with? Geo, you said you finally made it to an FMF. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know what that means, man. Dungeon Daddy Reese, let me look at your picture. That's sick, dude. That's sick. It looks more cartoony in the small preview, but the big one, that's awesome art. I love it. That's super cool. I'm so glad someone made that for you. Oh, Fantasy Map Friday. Gotcha, Geo. Gotcha. Yeah, Geo, drop it in chat, man. Drop the art in chat. We'll take a look at it. Y'all, if you don't know, I didn't want to run a Discord server, but chat kind of bullied me into it. Here's a link to it. They put like 140 people in there, and it's growing rapidly. So if you guys want to join, we share writing in there. We share art. Gio's going to drop a piece. Oh, he just dropped it in, so we can go take a look at it real quick. If y'all want to join, we'd love to have you in there. It's a fun little server. I appreciate everybody in there. Let's see. Let's go to the Art Share channel. Geo, where's... Oh, dude, that's cool looking. That's cool, man. I dig it. I dig it. I like his lack of a pupil in one eye, like an old scar or something. Very nice, dude. This is the Art Share channel. We got folks sharing fantasy maps they're making, stuff like that. Here's a sketch that Geo did recently that's pretty sick. I call it the Goth Goblin. I think it's fun. Here's a finished piece from Geo. Y'all, it's an incredible channel. Incredible server. I appreciate everybody that's a member of it. Thank you for hanging out with me there. Thank you for sharing the art. Thank you for the follows that just came in, y'all. Holy cow, I didn't even keep up with that. Autumn Roy, thank you. Ryflux, I appreciate that. I think I missed another one somewhere in here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by. All right, we got to make some progress on this map. I've been distracted talking with everybody, but we gotta do these caverns, y'all. We're working on the caverns of Whispering Web, and once those are finished, we'll move on down to the swamp of sadness and sweaty under things. One day we'll get to the plains of abandoned hope and paralyzing fear. I don't know how we're gonna do that. How do we make plains look interesting on a map? But y'all, you let me know. Well, we'll get there, huh? Get a quick save. We got a bunch of unsaved changes. Geo, you post a lot into the Discord server, but we appreciate that, my guy. Your art's awesome. Tricky says, not the swamp of sadness and sweaty under things. It's, if you can't tell, this is from a Goofy book. This book that just launched on Tuesday, which doesn't take itself very seriously. It's about goblins on a road trip. And I think it's a good time. I hope you enjoy it if you take a look at it. You can find it on Amazon, Kindle Unlimited, Audible. It's in paperback, ebook, audiobook. Give it a look. Oh, Chase, Fink, yeah, man. Magic the Gathering Plains mana cards. White mana. Oh, the art is incredible. I don't know how they make Plains look so good, but they always do. It's incredible. I'm astounded by it. All right, let's get... I need to get some cave items here. So we're going to go into our asset library. And we're going to see... There's got to be some in here. Maybe it's going to be in battle maps. Because I need some like stalactites and stuff, y'all. I need some cavey things. I don't know if these are going to fit, you know, the vibe we're going for. Ooh, skeleton's kind of cool. Maybe I mean, we're not going to be able to see the skeleton if we put it in there. Because, like, the map's meant to be viewed from this height. And I'm trying to work on perspective. I always mess that up. So, like, we won't be able to see a skeleton if we put it in there. But it's kind of cool anyway. Geo, you said the Swamp of Sadness should have a horse skeleton in there somewhere? And George John says rodents of unusual size. Absolutely. Absolutely we need those in there. Yo, I need some cavey elements. There's got to be something in here. Well, okay, for starters, what we should start with, we need to map out, like, the caverns, right? I want to make them look like caverns, and I know there's a way to do that. I had looked it up before stream because I'm not good at... I've never made caves before, so y'all are seeing me do this in real time. I don't really know how to do the caverns. Obviously, it's dark down there, but I wanted to do, like a pathway, right, through it so you could see the twisting caverns all in there. Ooh, you know what? I did have an idea earlier, though, that I want to execute on. These caves are infested with spiders. I need to put some spider webs in the mountains. If I could find them in an asset library. Come on, somewhere's gonna have spider webs. One of these libraries has spider webs. Spider web's one word, right? Like, I'm not spelling it wrong. Let's just do spider and see what comes up. Go to fantasy battle maps. There we go. Ooh, that's disgusting, y'all. Like an egg sack. Oh, I hate it so much. I hate it so much. What else do we have? Oh, there's more of them. Oh, that's a person. Yo, that's a person wrapped up in web. No. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't want that. Oh, it's horrible. They're horrific. I don't know. Get them out of here. That's horrible. Nah, dude, I didn't want that. This book's a comedy fantasy. I mean, it is gross at times because they're goblins, but I didn't need people fully wrapped in web. No, thank you. I'm not seeing any other web though. I guess let me search web instead of spider web. Maybe that's messing it up. Nothing there. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm looking for, y'all. I need these spider webs. Oh, this is gonna be cool. We're gonna do some cool stuff with this. Yeah, a net, that's a good idea too. That could pass for a web. Y'all, what I'm going to do... Oh, this is going to be so cool. Look, since there's a depth effect going on with these cliffs, I can make it look like the spider web is like stretching from cliff edge to cliff edge. And, oh man, it's going to look like we're looking down through the spider webs into the caverns down there. That's going to be sick, y'all. I'm big excited about this. And I also wanted to, what I really wanted to do was string these webs like through the mountains. I think that would be really creepy looking. Just cover these mountains in webs. They're not showing on the white background, so I think I might need to make the ground. We're gonna paint it something darker around here. Oh, find your smile. You're such an artist, my guy. Drop the opacity on the lower web so it looks like they're deeper down in. Yeah, that makes sense. That's brilliant. I need to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. Holy cow, dude. Alright, let's paint. We're going to paint this background, or this ground first. Because I need the spider webs to really show on the mountains. And they weren't showing on that dark, or that light landscape. So, now that we've done that, we need to do a little bit of edge work. Trim those edges. Trim those edges. There we go, there we go. Kind of like that. Clean it up a little bit. There we go. Alright, get a quick save. Common Fun, you said Pit Realm. You're gonna make it so you can travel in the pit realm. Sounds creepy. Sounds like a not fun place to be, unless you're a goblin. The goblins had a great time down there, honestly. They're good friends with the spiders. Oh god, this is creepy, y'all. I did not intend for it to be this creepy. It's supposed to be funny and creepy, and I'm just kind of creeping myself out. Trigger warning for spiders, I guess, at this point now. Oh, God, this is grossing me out. I've never made a map that's grossed me out before. Y'all, I'm so pleased and so disgusted with this at the same time. I don't know what emotions I'm feeling, other than confused terror. Riku, welcome in, my friend. We are using inkcarnate.com. I'll put it in chat for you right there. It's a free map maker online. It's got a paid tier as well, if that's what you're into. You don't need it, though. Pro tier's totally, or the free tier is totally fine. Yeah, I love this program, honestly. I use it all the time. All right, we need to get the layering correct on some of these webs. Because I want them, yeah, like that, y'all. I want these webs to look like they're stretching between mountains. And so what we're going to do, if you just noticed, we took this web and we raised it above the mountains, and then we put this front mountain in front of it. So now it looks like it's going between these two mountains, and this one's blocking the front, you know? It's giving it, it's a depth effect. Sako, I play D&D, and I'm gonna DM for the first time this year. I'm really excited about it. This, though, the reason we're making this is it's for my book that just launched on Tuesday. Wriggly Little Hands, about goblins on a road trip, getting into hijinks. And it's out in ebook, audiobook, and paperback, so give it a look on Amazon if it sounds interesting to you. It's very much like a D&D campaign, except nobody put any points into intelligence, and the DM is taking a shot every other hour. It just goes crazier from there. Y'all, I gotta say, you maniacs spiked that book to the top 100 on Amazon yesterday, and we are just outside of it, the top 100 presently. So if y'all want to pick up the audiobook right now, you can help little old me stay in the top 100, which is nuts, y'all. I'm not a big-time author. That doesn't happen to me. Thank you, guys. Michael, you said you just started reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. My friend, enjoy. What a fun book. Fun fact, the audiobook of Wriggly Little Hands has Jeff Hayes on it, the narrator of Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's made by the same folks, and kind of similar vibes in a way, just a little more fantasy. But I hope you enjoy DCC, dude. It's insane. Yeah, Aaron, it was the top 100 of humorous fantasy audiobooks on Amazon, which is absolutely insane. That's my main category. That's where I was like wanted the book to sell. So let's go. Thank you very much for that, everybody. And today we're just making a fantasy map from the world of the book. This is where it starts in the Dark Lord's domain, and we adventure out from there. Alright, y'all, these caverns are just beyond creepy. I think I'm going to leave the webs there for now. I've had my fill of spiders for today. I'm just going to do a couple more webs in the mountains real quick, because I feel like they're missing up in here. So we're going to add like 2 more spider webs, and then we're going to move on from that, because there's only so many spiders I can handle in a day, and we exceeded that amount a long time ago. There we go. All right, one more spider web. That's it. We're gonna hold it to one more spider web. Otherwise, I'll be here far too long. How about this one? Oh yeah, right there, running between the cliffs, y'all. Like it's like an entrance. Let me do this right though. We gotta line it up. Put it like right here, and then I need the cliffs to be above it. Yeah, like that. There we go. So it looks like it's like stuck to the cliffs. Y'all, horrific. Horrific. I hate this. I hate it and love it simultaneously. Oh, it's bad to look at, man. I'm ugh. Alright, that's good progress. Hey, we'll take that, huh? Slendy, you said you recently came across a book via TikTok that you're interested in. Hey, what book? Let me know, my friend. I'm always on the lookout for new books. Not that I have any time to read them. Doesn't mean I can't buy them, though. Alright, let's paint this ground in a little bit here. This is stand-in. We'll make this look better, more natural later. Alright, what I want to do now, I want to get these mountains a bit closer up to the cliff edge. Kind of like we're gonna fine tune some mountains here, y'all. Get them right up on that edge. Kind of like, maybe do we like it where it was there? Kind of like that. I'm not sure how I like it. I'm not sure if I like it better with them right up on the edge, or with a defined. I think they should be onto the edge. Oh, Slendy, Path to Villainy. Yeah. I know that book, dude. S.L. Rowland's a buddy of mine. Path to Villainy is his novella. That's done really well on TikTok. Yeah, no, follow S.L. Rowland, author S.L. Rowland. That dude's awesome. He's on that grind as well, as an independent author, and he deserves it, man. He's a good author. Path to Villainy is a great little novella. Highly recommend. I'm very glad to see S.L. Rowland doing well, because my man deserves it. He worked hard. He's been writing forever. He makes good books. The dude deserves it. Give him some love. And he's helped me out several times in the past. He helped me out on this launch. Gave my book some love as it was coming out. It's a good dude. All right, let's get this one more mountain in here. Maybe too much. We doing too much up in here? We'll do it like there. There we go. Get a quick save. Sloyd, you like the webs? Rock on. Oh my goodness, Anchor Pete, my guy. I am so sorry. YouTube chat just show up. I just didn't see it over there. When I do the map stream, my my YouTube chat's on my second monitor this way, and I just wasn't paying attention. I'm so sorry, dude. What's up, Anchor Pete? I hope I didn't miss you yet. Welcome in. Incarnate is free. It has a paid program as well, paid tier as well, but you don't need it. The free tier is totally fine. You said summer break has finally started, so I can catch your stream. Now, rock on, my guy. Welcome in. I'm glad to have you. I'm so sorry I missed you over there. You've been talking to yourself, and I haven't been responding. All right, y'all. I think it's time to do a little bit of work on our swamp of sadness and sweaty under things, particularly where it runs into the caverns of Whispering Web. Put that name right up in there so we can see it. And now what I want to do is, you notice I got some green hills hanging out down in here. The reason for that is I want to transition the mountains and the hills to a little more green. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another mountain, we're going to paste it in here, and we're going to leave it right next to the other mountain so I can look at their color. And then while it's there, we're going to go down to our advanced options, and we're going to change the color of this bad boy. Let's see if we can't make it something between this brown and this... Oh, I'm on the wrong mountain. I was changing the hue of a different mountain and not looking at it. Flower, thank you for the follow, my friend. Happy Friday. Welcome in. How you doing? Good to have you. Do you have weekend plans? You got something you're excited about? Looking forward to? I hope so. I hope you got something good coming on. That's what weekends are for, man. Work hard on the week. Have a nice, chill weekend doing something you're excited about. All right, there we go, y'all. There's a little bit of a color shift. So now if you look at these mountains, the Violent Cat, welcome in, my friend. We're using inkcarnate.com. I just put it in chat right there. Wonderful website. It's free. It's got a paid tier if you want, but free tier is totally fine. Y'all, what we're doing here, you notice up in here in legally distinct Mordor, the mountains are very red. So what I've done is I've slowly color shifted them. They've gone from red to kind of orangey, to more orangey brown, to more brown. And then I want to finish the transition down to like this green color, because they're going to this big, mucky, Amazon-like swamp down here. So we got to make some green mountains right at the edge. And we're going to do that. Let's look at our color settings here. These green mountains are a hue of 47 with a saturation of 72. So I'm going to click a couple of these guys right on the edge, and we're going to put them onto that. So what did I say? Hue of 47 and a saturation of 72, I think. Boom, there it is. And then we're going to take this next layer of them, and we're going to make them a little less saturated, and change the hue ever so slightly. Just make them a little more green, you know? So that like they're properly moving into like the rainforest vibes down here. I love these color shift transitions. They're super fun to do. There we go. Maybe get one more of them. Kind of like that. And then I think one of the hills needs to be that way too. So we're gonna grab you, make you nice and big. It's probably a little too green, so we'll change up those hills later. Oh yeah, Triggy, you can change the colors. It's awesome. It really smooths things over. It's awesome that you can do that. Y'all, if you're not familiar with Incarnate, you can make beautiful maps like this one. This is the last map that we made on stream together. Had a lot of fun with it. And the new map's going to look just as pretty as this one once it's done. But we're just starting on it, so it's a little bit plain right now, but we're getting there. You can see we're creeping in with it. Okay, I think it's time to start putting some foliage in. We got to make this swamp appropriately swampy. So let's do that. We got to get our green. We're going to do a little bit of painting here with the green. Just a little bit. This is going to be a transitional area. I'm talking a lot about transitions today. So what we're going to do around here is we're going to paint the green with a decently low opacity. And then we're going to grab the brown of this terrain, which I need to write it down. Let me write down what brown this is. It's going to be in Fantasy World, and I believe it was this one. So it is Fantasy World Dirt is what it's called from the Orc Settlements pack. So just got to write that down because I want to be able to come back to the brush later. Fantasy World Dirt Orc Settlement. Sick. All right. So now that we got that, we're going to turn the opacity down, and we're going to just click around in here on this brown, on this green, and we're going to kind of smear the brown in there. You see how it's just changing the color a little bit? That's what we want right now. And then the swamp, I had also used water in it. You can see that the green down here has kind of got some water areas splashed throughout. We're going to put some of that up in here too. And when we do this, we're going to just combine all these colors to kind of paint a transitional area. I'm going to throw a little more green on top. Change up the brush size a little bit too as we do it. That's always a good way to make things look random. Kayla K. James, thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you for joining our little map stream. Just having some fun making some fantasy maps today. The Violent Cat, you as well. Thank you for the follow. I hope you have fun with Incarnate if you give it a try. I love preaching the good word of Incarnate. It's a wonderful program. Alright, there we go. I think that's pretty good. That's a good little transition. You can kind of see how it runs brown to green in there. So now let's put some foliage in there. Maybe make the hills a little bit bigger too. A little bit bigger or smaller, I guess. We'll change them up. Ooh, that one ain't gonna work. We need a different stamp. How about like you? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're going to put these hills up in here, because, mountains run to hills most of the time. There's a fruit fly in my face. Yo, one thing I've learned about living in Texas is, like, fruit flies are a thing. I mean, they existed in Florida, I guess, but not, like, they're just, I don't know, they're just in houses here. It's weird. I expected Florida to have more bugs, but I guess not. All right, let's get some foliage. That's how we're going to really start bringing this to life. I wish, you know what? I know I had some good plants in my other map. Um, Dan, you said it would be cool to call the roads the Labyrinth of Direction. Interesting. Appreciate the name suggestion. Always fun. Y'all named a lot in this last map. Um, a lot of good names. Verdant Maw, Heather Bay, Worm Lake. What I came here, though, for is I want to grab these little plants. Where are these plants coming from? They are in Watercolor Cities, I think. No, that's not the asset library. Where did I get these plants? Here we go. Fantasy World Swamp. That's what I'm looking to pull from. I think it was also grasses. Nah, it doesn't look like it's in the grasses, but we can start with the Fantasy World Swamp. So we'll start there. Other name, you said Florida definitely has more bugs. There's just more food for them outside than in Texas. Could be. Look, there's scarier bugs in Florida. Well, maybe not true. Texas has got a very weird centipede thing that scares the heck out of me out in the west. Luckily, I'm not. I'm too far east in Houston. I don't know why it's not coming up when I search my asset library. There it is. There's swamp. Thank you. Let's go. Let's get these trees up in here. Millie, welcome back, my friend. Good to have you. Thanks for popping back in. We are, Millie, I think you missed it, but we put some disgusting spider webs on the Caverns of Whispering Web. Thoroughly creeping myself out with those. And now we're going to put some trees in the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. We're definitely going to lean them over the water a little bit because we got to break up this river. So right now we're just going to place some trees. And then we'll go back and touch them up. Yeah, Millie, I'm not the biggest spider fan either, but this is the Dark Lord's domain, and he does have a cavern of horrific, gigantic demon spiders that live next door. You know, he's got a good relationship with the neighbors. Oh, you thought these were roads? Gotcha, Destroy and Dan. Yeah, no, this is a river. We'll touch it up. This is the rough sketch of it. We're gonna make it look more swampy here in a minute. I like this one tree right here on the point, on the little spit of land. Right there. Boom. Let's go. Good tree. Alright, that's a good number of trees to start. Trick is we got to spread in some other assets down here. So we're going to throw these trees around, just anywhere, any old place, throw some trees in. I think the swamp probably goes a bit too far out this way now, so we're gonna cut it back in a little bit. Something like that. Thank you for the follow, Cy-In. I appreciate that, my friend. Megaroo, you said, what are you using to create this? It's awesome. Well, thank you, Megaroo, and welcome in. We're using incarnate.com. I just put it in chat for you there. It's a free map maker. It does have a paid tier, but the free tier is totally good. All right, so we got those trees in there. Love them. Now we need to get some grasses. Maybe from the regional. Yes, the Fantasy World Regional. That's where we're looking for. How do you decide the size comparisons of items on the map? Do you usually keep things about the same? Asked Tricky. Tricky, I am really bad at that. In fact, if you go to the last completed map that we made, you'll notice like the trees are kind of big when you look at the mountains and the hills, because I'm bad at scale. So we're working on that. But there's also just an element of like, you gotta imagine it's just idealized, it's stylized to give you the idea of it. There is a way that you can make maps where you just, instead of using individual trees, you would just suggest that there's a forest here by using green paint and some bushes and whatnot, and it looks more like a Tolkien-esque map where you just like, it's an outline and it's like forest. This one is a forest. I just love seeing all the bright colors. So I always use the more realistic stamps. So we've done the trees. What we're going to do next is we're going to put some grasses in here. Now these definitely got to be small compared to the trees. And we're just going to sprinkle that grass in here. Kind of our swamp grass. Just get it up. And really the idea of it is to clutter things up and just make it look really full. And we're going to put like 3 to 4 different types of grass in here. We're just doing one type right now. We'll get some bushes next. etc., etc. Get Triggy. Oh no, sorry, Millie. You said, "Do you know the Duolingo bird?" I do know Duo. I have been doing Greek and Spanish on Duo for a long time now. Why are you asking about the Duo bird? DP says, "Why is it so hard for me to find the name of this?" Oh, DP, it's inkcarnate.com. There you go, buddy. Inkcarnate.com. Check it out. It's a great free fantasy map maker. I'm a big fan of it. All right, let's get some more bushes. Come on now. This is a big swamp. I might have made the swamp a little too big, y'all. LVA, it's called inkcarnate.com. Welcome in. It's a free map maker. It's got a paid tier as well, but free tier works just fine in my opinion. I am on the paid tier here, just because if I'm going to be doing it for stream every week, figured we might as well have all the tools at our disposal. All right, there's some bushes. There's some grass in our swamp. We need to clutter it up a little more, though. We need some bushes. And also probably save my 271 changes that I've made here without saving it. Destroy and Dan, some broken trees. Yeah, we could throw some of those in there. Let's see if we can't find that. Go to our paper. No, we don't want that one. We want Fantasy World, and we want dead trees, kind of. Let's see. You know what, though? This tree's awesome, and we're going to stick this one in here just because I really want this awesome. And, you know, it's going to live on this island out here. That tree is incredible. Inferior trees, be gone. Or you know what, actually? We're going to make the big one like this. We're going to make it a bit bigger. And then we're going to put these around it, right? Like smaller and stuck around it. So it's like it shows that that's like clearly a big special tree. I don't know what this tree's purpose is, but it's awesome, I'll tell you that. Nope, nope. I want this little tree. Little tree, there you are. Put it like that. We're going to put a little bit of grass up in there. And you should probably come in front of that. There we go. We got our big special tree in there now. I'm a huge fan of that one. Oh, Mars, you were watching Incarnate videos last night, and then TikTok recommended this to you. Rock on, dude. I love it. Welcome in. Waffle Warrior, Mars, John, y'all, welcome in. Thank you. Glad to have you. We make maps here every Friday on stream, 7 a.m. Central Time. We start and we go till, I don't know, till I have to go do work. This is the map that we made last time. We made not just in one stream, over a couple streams. Y'all helped me with that, and I appreciate the suggestions. And now we're on this one. And if you don't know, this map is from my book, Wriggly Little Hands, which just launched this Tuesday. So if you want to read a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip, or if you want to get the audiobook version and have it performed for you, please, it's on Amazon and Audible. Just put the title in, and you too can join the goblins on their chaotic road trip across the world. This map is actually from that world. The Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings down here, that's where the goblins live. And this is the beginning of their road trip adventure. Soso, thank you for the follow, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Get Tricky, you said, is there a tool to export 2D maps into a globe shape? Could be cool. That'd be awesome. I have not heard of that tool. If it does exist, that would be absolutely awesome. Kyle, this website is called inkcarnate.com. Thanks for popping by. Thanks for chatting. It's a free map making website. I'm a huge fan of it. Currently, what we're doing, y'all, is we got my water brush on a low opacity, and what we're going to do is we're going to paint over a lot of this green with that water brush. Then we're going to come back with a green brush, my swamp brush, and we're going to smear it in, kind of. That's actually a little bit too heavy. Hold on, we're going to go back, and we're going to do a lower opacity so that it smears over the top of it a little bit. It's kind of like wet on wet painting if you ever watched a Bob Ross video. Other Name with the gift of 22 lightning bolts. Holy cow, Other Name. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. That's very kind and never expected, but always appreciated. Thank you. And Harpy, I'm sorry, I missed your 3 club cheers earlier. Harpy, one of my staunchest, most regular viewers. I appreciate you being here. Also, the recipient, the winner of a Wrigley Little Hands audiobook that we gave away on launch day, compliments of the Chat and Stats podcast. Thank you to them. That was awesome of them to do that. Sam says it looks very, very swampy with that water. Thank you. That's what I'm going for. I love making swamps in this program. Let me catch up on chat for a minute. Mars, you asked, how'd you make those inner lines on the water? So it's a setting when you do the water. You just go into open mask effects. It's off to the left of the screen. I can't show it to you because I'm in vertical orientation. But there's just, you go to your mask tool, then you go to mask effects, and then there's an option for ripples. And you can just select or deselect. You can change how many ripples, etc., etc., and customize them. Good Vibes, you said if you download the map and upload it to MS Paint, you can edit it onto a 3D sphere. There you go. That's the way to do it. That sounds pretty complicated for me, but I am a noob at this. We are still learning. There's so many folks out there making better maps than me. But you know what? Y'all can watch me get better in real time. Get better together. We can learn how to do it, y'all. All right, let's vary up this brush size a little bit, because we got to make it nice and watery in there. And then we're going to fill in... Oh, that was a big stroke. Didn't mean to do that. We're going to fill in the ground with a lot of clutter so that it looks very, very swampy. Thank you for the follow, Mars. I appreciate you, my friend. Adrian, you said G plates can at least display your map onto a sphere. I've never heard of that. That's pretty cool. Like wrap it around the sphere a little bit. There we go. There we go. Get that water in here. Get that swamp. That nice soupy mix. I love it, y'all. Millie says, happy 2025. Happy 2025 to you, Millie. What month is my favorite? Oh, it's got to be October. I love those autumn vibes. I love Halloween. Definitely October for me. What about y'all? Blender. Yeah, Blender is an advanced program, Good Vibes, but you can do incredible things with it. Once you know what you're doing. Love me some Blender art. Yo, I'm going to throw some bamboo in this swamp. I feel like there is bamboo down in here. Hannah Keeler, welcome in. The program is called Incarnate. It is a free map maker. I'll put it in chat for you. Free map making website, incarnate.com. It's a ton of fun. It's a great program. We make maps with it every Friday here on live stream at 7 a.m. Central Time. Thanks for joining me today, folks. We are currently working on the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings, which is the home of the characters in my most recent book, Wriggly Little Hands. Just launched this Tuesday, an ebook, an audiobook, paperback. Pick it up on Amazon if you're interested in goblins on a road trip. It's like a D&D campaign, except nobody put any points into intelligence, and the DM's taking shots every other hour. It's a lot of fun. It's very goofy, very Terry Pratchett. Give it a look if you're interested. Yeah, and Carmatic, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Carmatic says that the audiobook is crazy good. If you're a fan of Dungeon Crawler Carl, might have heard of that series, the narrator of it is one of our guest narrators in this. We got Jeff Hayes on the audiobook. Good Vibes, thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate that. Yeah, I got a little bamboo up in here. I love bamboo. I don't know if it grows in swamps, but you know what? It does in this world. That's the beautiful thing about Fantasy Worlds. You can make it your own. All right, now where did I get... I had a long, stringy grass. And if you go to the other map that we finished on the previous streams, there's a long, stringy grass right here. What is this? It's a reed, maybe? What? I'm trying to find where it came from. Can you tell me what it's called, Incarnate? Nope. It looks like it will not. Maybe it's in battle maps? Is it in the battle map library? Where did I get it from? Nope, not battle maps. Maybe regional? Nope. Fantasy World? Y'all, this grass is so good, but I have no idea where I got it from. Yeah, good vibes. That kind of tracks, right? Bamboo grows anywhere. It grows so fast too. My grandparents made the mistake of planting some in their backyard, which meant I had to cut it down every other week, basically. Jeremy, the program is called inkcarnate.com. It's a free map maker, and it's a ton of fun. Yo, where did I get that grass from? I really want to use it again. I didn't write it down, which is what I should have done. Is it? It's not in Parchment World. Is it in Watercolor Cities, maybe? I don't think it's going to show up there. Nope. It is not. Grass. Beautiful grass. Where did you come from? Fantasy World Regional. Maybe. Grass. No. I don't know, y'all. I can't find it. I guess we're stuck with the grass we got. I'll try to find it at some point. I'm looking for reference, I'm looking for this beautiful thing right here. That's the grass that I'm looking for. But I can't. I wish it could tell me like what asset library it came from. And I can't copy it from one map to the other. Blaze Gaming, welcome back in, my friend. Good to see you. Where was it? There was someone else that popped in that I hadn't seen in a little while. I don't remember. Well, Blaze, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. I hope your Friday's going well. We're rocking and rolling here, man. Making maps as always. And we're celebrating this goofy little book that just launched. Y'all spiked it into the top 100 for humorous fantasy audiobooks on Amazon. I am blown away, y'all. I am not that big of an author that that should happen. So thank you very much to you guys. Absolutely nuts to see that happen. We're trying to see if we can keep it there. Destroy and Dan, my guy. Congratulations. Y'all, big shout to Destroy and Dan announcing they're having twins. Congratulations, y'all. I know that you were working on that. You went to the IVF appointment. I'm glad that it worked out for you, dude. Rock on. Rock on. Keep us updated, man. That's super exciting. We've already had one child born since I started streaming from one of the stream regulars. So I guess here's my goal. I got to keep going until the twins are born as well. Dude, that's incredible. The stream will then have been around as long as 3 children have been born. That's nuts. Congratulations, man. Good vibes. You said the free program, free version of Incarnate is fun to mess around with. It is. It's super fun. I have way too much fun. I'll choose it over video games some nights. I've been searching grass to find these weeds. Maybe it's reed. Do I need to search that? Like, I don't know. Maybe let's just go ahead and what we're gonna do is we're gonna just look without any search filters. Foliage. Let's go into foliage. It's not there. Though there are some nice bushes that we could probably go ahead and stick in. Destroy and Dan, you said if it's a boy, his name will be Maverick. Ooh, nice. You got it. You got a girl name picked out too? All right, so now we're going to not Parchment World. Let's go to Watercolor Battle Maps. And let's see what we got for grass, for foliage, for forest. Nah, that's not right. It's not the right library, so it's not there. Let's go to Fantasy Battle Maps. And we're going to look at forest. Oh, this looks likely. It might be in here. Yeah, come on. I believe in you. The elusive grass eludes us again. There's some pretty sick vines, though, y'all. I kind of want to put some of these in here. Blaze Gaming, we're making this with Incarnate.com. Hold, please. Bush, Ronnie, we could try searching that. Yeah. So I saw, what was another comment that I wanted to reply to? Blaze Gaming, you said you're a substitute teacher today and you're listening to my book while the kids are outside playing. Man, thank you. That's incredible. I hope you enjoy it. Which one are you listening to? Ronnie, you're brilliant. We found it. It was under bush. Y'all, that ain't a bush. Why are we calling that a bush? That's not a bush. That's like a weed. That's a reed or something, you know? Fern. Something like that. Wow, thank you, Ronnie. You're incredible. Coming in clutch. Now I can get the cat tail. It's like a cat tail almost. Now we can get that in here. That's what I really wanted. It makes the swamps look so swampy. And what we're especially gonna do with it is we're gonna come to the water's edge here, and we're gonna put them all in along the edge of the water because that's where cattails would live, right? Need to make them a little bit bigger. Yeah, get them on that water edge. There we go. That's making the swamp look so crowded, y'all. I love it. Sam Shell, you said cattail equals swamp corn dog. It does. You can eat them. You can totally eat them. They're not great, but they are edible. They won't kill you. They'll put some calories in you. In a survival situation. Plenty of things you can eat in a swamp. Also, plenty of things that can eat you. Fair's fair. Fair's fair, right? Alright, we're getting a good density of detritus in this swamp. I'm excited about it. A good looking swamp down there, y'all. Blaze, you said Ollie talks like Yoda from Star Wars. Yeah, well, you know, he's a goblin. You know, he doesn't talk in complete sentences. He kind of makes it up as he goes along. All right, now let's grab this beautiful fern. I love this one as well. Put it right there. Perfect. Just the right size. Everybody's good with that? I think it needs to be smaller still. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this way down in there. And we're going to put it beneath the trees. This is really my ground cover, these ferns. And then we'll just put some water in here. And the swamp will be pretty much... I mean, we need to do POIs, right? We need to do like Ollie's house, the goblins' houses. In fact, yeah, that'll be the next thing. We're going to put the goblins' homes in here because, you know, we got to see where our main characters live. All right, there we go. That's nice and cluttered. Let's grab the last fern type that we had picked. Throw it down in here. Oh, Blaze, thank you for the praise on the Wriggly Little Hands audiobook, my man. Appreciate you. They did a good job on it, didn't they? It's awesome. I'm astounded by how good a job they did. There's like 8 narrators on it. They all play different parts. Different characters, different voices. It's astounding. They blew me away, spoiled me with it, and they deserve to sell all of the audiobook copies for it. That level of dedication is just nuts. Alright. That swamp's looking pretty good. Let's get a save. And then we're going to put a little more water in there. And then we're going to do a POI and make the goblin house. Gotta see where the goblins live, you know? I think we might... I don't know. Maybe it's cluttered enough. Don't need more foliage. Let's get a zoom out and just see... it looks good, y'all. I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you, everybody, for your help with it. Helping me find my stamps and whatnot. I'm a huge fan of how this is coming. Mill, you think I have a movie voice? That's kind of you to say. There we go. Paint a little bit of blue up in here. We're gonna, you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna smear green over top of it, make it look very swampy. All right, let's grab that green. Blaze said, "Are you making the maps for the books or just for fun?" This one's kind of both. I don't think this will be in the official book, but it'll definitely be on my website, as a reference and fun extras and whatnot. We do actually have a map in the book, but it's I'll show it to you. It's a little different than most maps. Let's pull this over here. Go to this. So this is the map in the book. But this is a goblin map, so it's not exactly particularly accurate. With place names like People City and No Good Bad, also Hot Bad Fall. Also, the map's probably not long for this world based on one of the goblins got a hold of a lighter, so that's not going well. We've squished a mosquito on it. This guy's just drawing on it. The goblins are having a good time, so this map, not long for this world, so we got to make our own. And that's what we're working on. Boom. There it is. Quick save. Whew, y'all, well, thanks for hanging out with me as we work on this. I've been having fun with y'all. Great viewer numbers today. Absolutely insane. If you don't know, I'm sure you do, but if you don't know, the map we're making is from this book right here, which just launched on Tuesday, an ebook, audiobook, and paperback. Please feel free to check out a copy if you want on Amazon in any of the formats you prefer. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord and, well, messing up everything on the way. I think it's a lot of fun. Perhaps you'll enjoy it. And we got the audiobook way up on the charts on Amazon. So thank you very much, everybody, for that. I appreciate it. Help me get some staying power there. If you want to pick up a copy of the audiobook, we could, I don't know, own that spot for a little bit up top, huh? It'd be pretty cool. All right, y'all. I think it's time to work on Ollie's house, huh? What are we going to do for Ollie? Now, he lives in a hovel. That is canonical. He lives in a hovel. So let's see what we can do about that. Theoretically, as well, in the book, half of the swamp was burned down recently, but I'm not sure how to just show that on the map. Maybe? Well, hold on. Oh, man, can we do that? Alright, bear with me here. We're going to try something. We're going to try something silly. If I black this out, I could kind of like black it out and deforest it. Nah, I don't like it. I don't want to do. We'll think about that later, if it's possible. Right now, let's do a goblin house. So we're going to go into our catalog, Fantasy World, and let's look at what we got for house. I need some hovels, huts, that sort of deal. I'll as I see options, I'll put them on the map so we can look at them. I'm not seeing anything just yet. How about regional? There we go. Well, that's going to give us some good stuff. Alright, so that's too structured. The goblins wouldn't do. Maybe I need to look up shack more so. Hut. Yeah, let's try hut. Or let's try shack. Nada. How about hut? Hut got us there. Anything good though? Let's try ruin. Sometimes ruin will have surprising stuff in it. These are all there's good options here. They're just all a little bit too like well built, right? Like the goblins aren't building a windmill like that. So that's not gonna work. What do we got here? Let's find something. They're all a little bit too nice. Which is saying something. The ruins are too nice. Alright, this is top down. We need more of a 3D element. That's also not it. That's not it. Parchment World's going to be not what I'm looking for. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into the library, and we're just going to look at houses without filters. So let's look at human settlements. Obviously, this is a goblin settlement, but we're starting with humans. This is a nice little place. This is a little hut. We could use that. That's kind of cute. Swamp house. Swamp house might be too specific of a term, but we'll see. We can look there next. What else we got? Dilapidated, yeah, that's a good term. I think that the search terms are a little more general than that. Like ruin will cover like dilapidated and stuff like that, and those sort of synonyms, I suppose. All right, so that's the human settlements. Let me get into a bit more fantasy. Let's get like orc settlements. I feel like orcs got some good vibes for what we're looking for here. Yeah, nope, not really. There's some cool stuff in here. I don't know. This is gonna be a challenge, y'all. I know they don't have goblin as like a race in here, right? They have orc, elves, and dwarves and humans. Yeah, they got the big ones. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we can look at dwarves. But that's going to be too structured. I guess that little shack that we had is about as good as it's going to get. Let's go take a look at it again. The hut, yeah. So you like this one if I like mess it up a little bit, make it look a little. Well, let's make it look a little swampy. Blaze Gaming, yes, you can create your own if you wanted. I am not talented enough of an artist to do that. But better artists than me could do that for sure. Alright, so we're going to make this guy look swampy. I need it to look like dark, saturated, and a greeny color. Let's reset contrast. Brightness. See, that's way too bright, right? So we're gonna turn that down. Not that much, like right in there maybe, and desaturate it just a little bit. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe a little bit darker. If anything, you know, it's very hut-like, which is what we'd want from the goblins. And we got a couple different examples of it. We got that one, this one, and this one. So we can make a little goblin village out of this. We can make this work, y'all. A little more brownish, says Sam. We can try a little brown in there. Let's see. Ooh, kind of like that. Can probably make it more brown. Oh yeah, Blaze, we can totally dress it up with some vines and whatnot. Right? Oh, I just saw it. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, nice and dingy. It looks like it smells, right? All right, so now we need to get where do the goblins live, do we think? Where in this swamp do we want them to live? Probably around the lake, right? Or like, you know, it's a river. Probably around this like river somewhere. Lower left says good vibes. Blaze says I can see goblins swinging from vines to get to another house. Yeah, I can see that. I feel like, I don't know. I don't really know where they live, y'all. I'm thinking right in here. Right in this area. Let's try that. I'm gonna clear out the foliage. And we're gonna put it back in after we get our houses in there. Alright. So let's grab our goblin houses. Make it size appropriate. We're going to stick them right down here on the shore. Their little goblin village. Oh, sorry, y'all couldn't see it. There we go. And one more house. Make it nice and small. And now what we're going to do, I really like the color of those, y'all. They look like treetops, actually, so when you zoom out, you won't even tell it's there, honestly. That's actually going to be really cool. I like that. We'll leave a little clearing there because I need some text to, like, I want to name the little goblin village. So let's get, there's another cottage that I'm looking for. There we go, this one. It's kind of pointing to the left. There we go. All right, so now we're going to put the foliage back in there. Do we want one more house? There's only 7 goblins in the book, so they don't need that many houses, you know? So let's just get, we're going to get some trees and stuff spread out in here. There you go. Love that. Love it. Another tree. Maybe right here on top of that, you know, leaning over the house, I should say, not on top of it. Maybe like that. Oh, sorry, y'all. You can't see what I'm doing. Oh, do they have a little campfire? They do love fire, Ronnie. Ronnie, they love fire. They definitely need a campfire. Voila! There's a good goblin-sized fire for him. Yeah, we can put some torches around it. It could be kind of cool. Ooh, maybe a little bit of smoke coming off the fire too. Or, I mean, we're getting fancy now. Let me see if I can grab the volcano smoke. There's so many things layered in this area. It's really hard to grab the smoke. All right, we'll grab this smoke instead. Or I can just go here and search smoke. There it is. Although the problem is it does need to be a different color. Well, that smoke up there is evil. You know, it's all dark and evil and cloudy. So we can have this smoke just be white. That's fine. You know, maybe they're not burning good fuels, so they're getting a nice nasty white smoke coming out of it. I like this one. That's the one we're going to use. Now let's bring it on down here. I did not mean to make it that big. And we need to bring it above everything because it's, you know, it's flying off into the sky, right? Maybe flip it horizontally too. I kind of want it to be blowing that way. I don't know. Maybe it's too much. Let's get that title out of there for now. I'm not sure if I like it, y'all. I think I liked it without the smoke. No smoke. Now, I do like the other torches idea. Oh, and you know what else we should do? To show that the goblins, like, show that this is a village, we should, yeah, Bladebound, I could lower the opacity. Opacity. Not a bad idea. Bojangles the Moon Monkey. Boy, that is a name. Also, now I'm hungry for Bojangles, bro. Oh, it's like 20 minutes away. That's too far to drive. You said, what program is this? It's Incarnate. I'll put it in chat for you. Nope, I spelled it wrong. Hold, please. Incarnate. There it is. Incarnate.com. It's a free map maker. Give it a look. It's got a paid tier as well, but you don't have to use it. The free tier is totally fine. All right, so what I'm going to do here, guys, we're going to get a different color green. Yeah, something like this. And not paint it on the background, but the foreground. And we're going to show that this area is a lot brighter because the ground has been trampled. It's like a dirt path, you know, through all the houses. Just gonna just paint it just right around the houses. Oh, and you know what else we got to do? Hold on, I'm a sucker for this. My line tool. We're gonna grab our line tool here. And we're gonna change the color from orange to some sort of like bright green. And then we're going to come in behind these houses and watch this. We're going to draw the line like that. That's not the right color green, but what it's going to do is it's going to highlight the background of the buildings. Let me just find the right green for it. Maybe this one. And then I need to make the stroke size a bit smaller. Nah, that's not bright enough though. A little bit brighter. How about you? Nah. I feel like it's just a bit of a low opacity on that. Something like you? There we go. That's kind of the green we're looking for. Alright, so get that stroke size down a little bit. And we're just going to follow along the back of the houses to make them stand out a little bit. So now when you look at it from afar, it'll stand out from its surroundings. I'm a big fan of that. Little trick that I learned online. The highlighting does wonders. Okay, so now I was painting my ground in here. Just kind of doing this. Now we're going to go a low opacity dark green, and we're going to just kind of smear it on in there. And now we need to put some foliage in here for our little goblins. Give them a little bamboo thicket right there. Oh, I wanted to name it though, which is going to be hard. There's not a lot of space for names down there, but we can make this work. I don't know. I'm just going to call it Goblin Village for now. But y'all, what are we calling it? What do the goblins name their village? We're going to do something a little tricky here. And we're going to make you a -12 curve. Boom. So now we can do like this. I don't love it yet, but we'll find the right setup for it. Good vibes, you said glork. Glork, I love it. Cousin house, cousin town. I'll call it Goblin Village until we come up with a name. Nova, I like that. Call it like Twin River, but in Goblinish. They'd say like Two River or Two Water, Much Water, Lot Water, something like that. I don't know how to get a name in there though. I'm so bad at putting names over the setting because I fill in all the details a little bit too much. Goblin Heap. That's pretty good. Well, right now we got it labeled Goblin. River's River. Slade, you understand their energy. All right, I'm gonna call it Goblins for now. Bri, you said this is the geography of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh in here catching strays. Alright, for right now, it's just going to say goblins right there. And we'll come up with a name. I'm going to get some of these, move these trees a little bit so it's easier to read. And some of this foliage. Get it out of there. Alright, well, it's got goblins in there. And, y'all? That's some pretty darn good progress on the map today, huh? I guess actually the last thing we gotta do, I gotta fill in the Goblin Village a little bit. We can't have it. It's too barren right now. I don't know where this tree would go though. Oh, sorry, y'all can't see it. I'm so bad about that. Get some weeds here. Where's my cattails? Some cattails down by the water. There we go. River's River. I really do like that. That's hilarious. Muckluck. Why do I know Muckluck? What is that from? That's like from a show or something. That's like definitely from a show, like a kids show I was watching recently. I don't know. I know that name from something. Yeah, it's a type of shoe, but I feel like it's like it's from like one of the Avatar series or something. Oh, thank you, Shells. This is inkcarnate.com. And welcome in, by the way. Inkcarnate.com, it's a free map maker. And we make maps together every Friday on stream. And that's what we've been doing this Friday. This is, yeah, it's from Korra, right? Nuktuk. Thank you, Find Your Smile. You got it, man. That's what it is. It's Nuktuk, Hero of the North or whatever, right? I love that subplot. Thank you, Smile. That's absolutely it, man. Oh, I'm so happy. I hate when I can't remember something, and then that was exactly what I needed. I wonder if we can make this Goblins thing stand out, the tag, with a little bit of highlight like that. Does that make it stand out in a good way if we zoom all the way out? I kind of dig it. I kind of like it, y'all. Look at the progress on this map. Y'all, hold on. You got to understand where we started today. Let me grab that real quick. Here, maps, this one. Okay, I'm going to pull this up so we can see where we started and where we're at now, because it's always cool to look at, and I'm really impressed with our progress today, folks. Hold, please. I need to get this all lined up. Here we go. Okay, so y'all, this is where we started today. This is what the map looked like when we started. We literally only had legally distinct Mordor, and then nothing else. This is what it started with, right? Look at what it's like now. Look at the progress we made today. Holy crap. This to that. Wow. I love these caverns that we threw in here. They're not, I haven't sketched out the tunnels through them yet, but the caverns of Whispering Web exist. And then we got the goblins and their swamp of sadness and sweaty under things. I think we're gonna wrap up here in a minute, but let's just finish. Let's finish up with our little map real quick. I need to get a title in here. Holy cow, Aaron! Are you kidding me? Aaron, are you kidding me? There's no way we spiked like that. Hold on, y'all. Are you you said just dropping in to say hello to the current 57th ranked author in humorous fantasy audiobooks? Y'all spiked it again? No way. Absolute. Hold on. I'm totally blanking here on how to do this. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to pull it up. Are you insane? That's no way, y'all. We were at 91 yesterday. You put it into the 50s? No. Are you kidding me? Guys, are you kidding me? Number 57. Y'all are insane. Nova, this is, here, I'll pull it up right here. This book, Wriggly Little Hands, that I just launched on Tuesday, the audiobook has been, people have been loving it. And the readers have spiked me into the 91st spot for humorous audiobooks yesterday. And I was like, okay, that's cool, but thank you. It's probably not going to stay. Number 57 now. Are you kidding me? I got to look at the full list, y'all. Let's get a refresh. Oh, my God. I don't even know how to process this. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Guys, what in the world? What in the world? Number 57? Thank you. Holy cow, thank you. Y'all, I'm out of focus now. That's okay, because I'm also, my mind is also out of focus. Oh my goodness, guys. What? I just don't even know how to. Thank you. That's insane. Thank you for getting the audiobook. It's incredible. It's narrated by Jeff Hayes of Dungeon Crawler Carl, among all these other incredible people. It is an awesome audiobook, so incredible. Thank you so much, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know how I move on from this. Ridiculous. I mean, screenshotting it all immediately. First of all, that has to happen. How are the ebooks and paperback doing? Probably not anywhere near as good. Oh my god. Number 59 in humorous books. Humorous fantasy books. What? Oh boy. Y'all. What in the world? Okay, I gotta go process this. How did you do this, people? Thank you so much. Oh my god, Aaron, thank you for seeing that and letting me know. So stream can properly see me have a mental breakdown for this. What? Yo, I'm not a big time author. I'm a very small author. I barely make enough money to continue doing the job. This is huge for me. Thank you. We're 3 days out from launch, and we're still charting this high? Oh my goodness. Yeah, take that, Terry Pratchett. I beat another one of your books. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna need a minute to process this, so I'm gonna go ahead here and say thank you very much for hanging out. I can't think of a better way to end stream than that. I mean, what in the world? Wow. Well, y'all, thank you for being here. If you've enjoyed this map we're making, may I suggest picking up Wriggly Little Hands, the book that it's from. It's about goblins on a road trip, and I'm losing my mind right now. Thank you, everybody, for the love you're showing for it. Incredible. Thank you. I'm going to try to wrap it up. So, as always, a very special thanks to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which have provided our background music today, as well as Midnight at the Round Table, our 5th background song made by Raffi the Engineer, our community OG member. Been here since day 1, I believe. Thank you very much, Raffi, for making that song just for stream. Lastly, folks, if you've enjoyed this stream, please give me a follow so I can catch you on the next one. We will be back Monday, 7 a.m. Every weekday, 7 a.m. Central Time, we're here. We'll be back on Monday. Might be a couple gaming streams this weekend. I don't know. I'm kind of getting the itch for a little bit of Rocket League. So, I don't know. Could be back for that. But I can guarantee you next Friday we'll be back with more fantasy map making. And maybe even before then. Who knows? Maybe I'm loving working on this map, so we're going to have to keep that rolling. But y'all, thank you so much, amazingly, for spiking the book as high as you did. I guess if you don't have a copy of Wriggly Little Hands, go check it out. But thank you so much. Y'all, I'm going to sign off there. Have an incredible weekend, everybody. I don't know how to process all of this, so I'm just going to say have an incredible weekend. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to go have a mental breakdown of the best sort. Y'all have a good one. Let me give a shout out real quick. Big shout out to Other Name Wasn't Available, Sam Shell, Ronnie, Sloy, Geogrim, Find Your Smile, Simp1X, Raffi the Engineer, and Blaze Gaming. Always here, the regulars, I appreciate y'all, as well as Nova, Nocturne, Art, and Maddie, Ian the Wizard, GG, oh there's a big OG in Ian, Delta Gnome, Yuck Yuck Lee, my friend, Tasha, Tasha, Joan, Gagnon, Sleepy, and Morgan W. Y'all, thank you for being here with me on TikTok. And a shout out to Anchor Pete over on YouTube who joined us for a little bit. Y'all, thanks for being here. Have a great day. I will see you on the next one. Enjoy Wriggly Little Hands. Thank you so much. Y'all, have a great weekend. Peace out.